Let's go.
Welcome to Comics League Dark, the exclusive live news show of the Comics League Network, where I have various guests on, and occasionally two, sometimes dependable co-hosts, where we discuss the current goings-on, the week's goings-on of any of the week when it comes to pop culture. So before I get to the comments and we get to the topics, let's bring in the group of men that will be discussing this with me. First off,
I am Phoenix!
Hello, Nick.
What's up?
Next up, nice.
What's up?
Yes, that is a flame on moment. So, and Lawrence is obviously trolling us at this for this comment. By the way, what's up, Lawrence? What's up, David? What's up, Medina? What's up? What's up, Barker boy? By the way, so there's a quick thing that we just want to get out of the way. So Nick and
let me do it. I got this.
No. I'll do it. It's my show. It's my show. So
okay, fine.
Nick and I had an interview today with a creator that I'm sure everyone knows. It's coming out tomorrow at noon. That's this week's UTC episode. Now, all right. Now to hint at who this is, it's someone that's in pop culture. I'm just gonna say that it's pop culture creator. Nice. So now we're gonna say one of us is wearing a T-shirt that is part of the property that this person worked a lot on.
Show them your T-shirt.
Here's my T-shirt.
And then here's mine. So one of us is wearing the correct T-shirt. We're not saying who, but one of us.
We're not saying who. It'll be revealed tomorrow at noon if you guys follow me on Twitter who the creator is.
And the thing is, it's related to these properties. So we got Cobra Kai, we got Punisher. It's related. It's a person related to one of those properties. Okay,
one of those properties, and someone that's a pretty big get. So, yes. And by the way, thanks to Nick, by the way, for setting that up. He's apparently almost as connected as Xevious is. Jeez.
No one's connected like
no one's as connected as Xevious. He knows everyone. So, yeah, all right, nice one. So, and by the way,
hey, I may be more connected, but JJheat has more heat.
I will say this thing. I just want to say one thing. I had a fantastic clip moment. So this particular individual asked me if I was entertained by their content. So immediately I play that Gladiator clip with him going, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?"
God.
It'll come out tomorrow.
So well.
It was the great. As soon as he said, "Are you not entertained?" I immediately went, "Okay, now is the perfect opportunity for that."
In hindsight, I should have called it.
You should have seen that coming a mile away. But
I did not see that coming.
So let's get started with the topic. So we have
if this was my stream, I'd be playing that clip.
All right. Now, there's one thing I want to start with first. We're going to wargame a particular crossover. Now, this is going to be what it would look like if Marvel Comics crossed over with Star Wars comics. In other words, since Marvel publishes both their superhero stuff and Star Wars, if we cross them over, what would a potential story look like?
Okay. Before we get into the matchups, we need to kind of establish a certain ground rule regarding a certain weapon, okay? How would a lightsaber affect some of the metals like adamantium, vibranium and whatnot, because how we agree on that basis
sounds like Patton Oswalt. What indication did we give that it was Patton Oswalt?
I mean, none of us are cucks, so I don't know.
None of us are fans of a not. I mean, let me put it this way: his exposure to Marvel was MODOK, and we all know how that fared. But anyway,
I mean, to be fair, Patton Oswalt is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, we can do various because okay, so the idea is it doesn't have to be this big multiversal story where the Death Star ends up in Marvel. It could be that, But
actually, that would be pretty interesting, though. I think in that case, Captain Marvel probably would just go through the Star Destroyer. I mean,
yeah, honestly, but I would love to see like and Comic Pop proposed this, the Star Destroyer, the Death Star versus Ego the Living Planet.
see,
I get-
here's my evidence to why a lightsaber would not simply cut through adamantium, vibranium level stuff. Okay,
Mhm.
Episode 1, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the opening scene. They close the blast doors, okay? And this is basically very dense steel.
It takes a while for the blade to cut through.
And this is just like
Mhm.
I think it's Durasteel.
Yeah, this is Durasteel. It is, and it's a thick door, so adamantium, maybe Cap's shield, maybe can be like damaged by it, but I don't think it would be.
Here's the thing: if it's a prolonged hit,
And the answer is Gotham Knights.
it can slice through. Like for example, if Wolverine is blocking it with his claws, if it's stood there long enough, eventually it could go through. Like let's say for 10 seconds.
So we're gonna start with this. All right, and I want to ask you guys. I asked this question before we went live, and yes, hit the like button, everyone. I asked this question to the panel before we went live. I'm gonna ask it to the chat too. Who would win, Darth Vader versus Superman? Now, my answer is Superman because, yeah, as strong as Darth Vader is, as soon as you hit that breathing thing, he's done.
Like honestly, the thing is, Darth Vader is very vulnerable to speed blitz because he's actually very like the Flash.
He's very slow.
Quicksilver could probably defeat Darth Vader. Let's be honest. Because like Darth Vader is very vulnerable to speed blitz because he is a slow mofo.
Yeah, the DC characters that I think could defeat Darth Vader with relative ease, is Superman, obviously, the Flash, obviously, Wonder Woman, and oh, by the way, if this happened, I would be very happy. But
also, I think we can establish a Green Lantern construct can easily block a lightsaber.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
Green Lantern's construct has blocked the most like weird stuff. So yeah, I'll count that. But it's Superman easily. Hey, what's up, Tevia? So it's like Superman, Flash, Green Lantern. I would say would
also don't forget the lightning uses because Darth Vader is very vulnerable to lightning. So like Static Shock,
Shazam, Black Adam, Wonder Woman. I think would be fairly easy. Yeah, because
Cyborg can remotely take over machines.
Oh yeah, he can just snap his fingers and shut off. I think Wonder Woman, because her sword is magical, so it'd be essentially a lightsaber fight, essentially.
And I think Atlan's Trident could probably because like in some continuities it's nth metal, in some continuities it's Poseidon Steel, which is a pretty high end metal. So
and Tevia,
Atlan's Trident can block a lightsaber.
What we're doing is we're wargaming a Star Wars Marvel crossover, but to warm us up, I'm talking about like Superman versus Darth Vader. Now talking
Aquaman, that's a fight.
Darth Vader versus Batman? Oh, that's still Batman. Are you kidding me? Batman is prep for all these people.
But Batman wouldn't kill. He beat the crap out of him, but he wouldn't kill.
Has anyone seen Superpowered Beatdown? They literally did this in live action.
Really? They did. They did Darth Vader versus. Did they do Darth Vader versus Batman? I don't think they did that one.
Yes, they did, and they even gave Batman a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, they did. And wasn't that one of those ones where it was so like close that they redid it and did an alternate ending where the other guy
What I
won?
like about Bat and the Sons is they actually go full production, like actually really decent costumes, good sets, good production values, and well shot fights. And it's live action.
My favorite was the Darth Maul versus Spider-Man where Stan Lee showed up and you got like the symbiote on Darth Maul. Come on. Or my favorite is when they have Deadpool and Spider-Man watch and react to the things, and it's like Deadpool's like whenever Wonder Woman shows up, she has good form.
My favorite is Deadpool and Domino versus Joker and Harley Quinn.
This is Vader.
Oh.
Because here's the thing.
This would be Black Canary. Because the moment Ollie goes down, Sonic Scream, Vader's
Black Canary versus Vader. It's Black Canary because even though she doesn't have like endurance or anything like that, the minute she unleashes that Sonic Scream, his armor's crumpled.
Yeah, like Okay, so I think Darth Vader could probably very easily beat Green Arrow because those arrows, he could block any of them. And Ali is a distance person. Like, sure, he could do like a block, then explosion, kind
A
of
counter
stuff,
here or there.
But like also the Force sense, it basically Ali has to get in close to get the kind of thing. And it's like if they fight 1,000 times, Ali might win 5.
Yeah, and by the way, Tevia, Galen Merrick could solo Damien and John.
Easily.
I got news. I got news for you. Galen Merrick, dude. Have you played The Force Unleashed? He pulled down a Star Destroyer.
Galen Merrick literally killed Darth Vader in some
in some ending.
Like honestly,
there's a reason he's not canon in the.
And he beat the crap out of the Emperor too. Let's not forget about that little tidbit.
Here's the thing. I think if you hit Galen Merrick in this fight versus Darth Vader,
he might have an edge.
Honestly, Superman could probably still beat him easily, but everyone else, he actually has a shot at beating everyone else. Like he can maybe, yeah.
The only one I don't see him easily beating is the Flash, because then you have speed on his side.
The Flash would give him some trouble. And Tevia,
the thing is, once he knows about the speed, then he can attune himself to the Force essentially. True. So that's why with Vader, you get one shot. Like, even
plus,
but the thing is, Vader's so slow, you get multiple chances at him. With Merrick, you only get one shot to incapacitate him.
Yeah. Plus, Merrick is not exactly that encumbered by all the tech and everything. He's just a dude that happens to be like one of the most powerful Force users ever.
Unless we're counting the first game where he gets reconstructed.
But he's still fast.
Even then, yeah.
He's not like Darth Vader reconstructed. He's actually reconstructed to be useful. But that's such a badass character design for the evil Star Killer when he's like Darth Vader and he has like a metal arm. That's so badass.
When Rebels was running, they were actually setting up Ezra to be Disney's Galen. They didn't go through with it, of course, but the setup was there.
I'm waiting for when they fight. Oh, by the way,
well, actually,
Darth Vader.
But it's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but here's the thing. At that point, Jaime is not that experienced enough to know how to take down Darth Vader. And if you're talking Ted Kord, it's still even more Darth Vader.
I'm trying to think of some good matchups.
Doomsday versus Darth Vader. Now that's a match. No, actually, I got it. Wait, no, I got it.
No.
Doomsday versus Galen Merrick.
Okay, I can see that.
Doomsday.
I say Doomsday. That's absolutely Doomsday.
Because you got
because Doomsday is just so It's just so powerful.
And let's say that Galen Merrick kills him. He comes back invulnerable to what killed him previously. So conceivably, he could be invulnerable to Force lightning.
He can adapt, basically.
He can adapt. So it's like, yeah, eventually you're not gonna beat Doomsday. It ain't happening, bro. Oh, wait, Darkseid versus the Emperor. I still say Darkseid, but okay.
Darkseid.
Because when you kill the Emperor, he's dead. When you kill Darkseid, he becomes more powerful.
Tell that to Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine. It was kind of funny. I tell the story all the time. So my dad and I recently watched every Star Wars movie. And in episode 6, after Vader tosses him down the shaft, my dad, I kid you not, turns to me and goes, and somehow Palpatine survived.
Your dad is freaking savage.
Yeah. Because he knows that's BS. I'm like, what?
All right, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's say Boba Fett versus who? Like, who would be a good matchup for Boba Fett?
Deathstroke.
I'm going to say Boba Fett on this one because Boba Fett is flying and he has access to
a healing factor.
But Boba Fett, the healing factor. Boba Fett, all right, you ready?
All Boba Fett has to do, activate his jetpack, fly around Deathstroke, and just shoot like rockets and stuff at him.
Boba Fett versus Terry McGinnis.
The thing is, Terry is a little bit. I'd say it's pretty even. Like that.
I would say that's the same as Blue Beetle versus Vader because the tech is there, but he's still inexperienced.
Terry's a little bit more experienced.
I got it. Azrael Batman, as in Jean Paul Valley Batman versus Boba Fett.
Just stop. Please just stop. It'd be a cool fight, but just stop.
I'm gonna put my money on Valley because Valley has a killer instinct.
All right, how about this? Batman versus Boba. Bruce Wayne Batman.
Batman.
I say Batman. Batman. He's got prep time for that.
Batarang to the jetpack.
He goes back into another. Somehow in Star Wars there's a Sarlacc pit or like some equivalent of it. He goes, "Oh, not again."
I'm trying to think here.
Who would the Emperor? Who would be a good fight for the Emperor? Would actually be a fight?
Emperor. Okay.
Does it have to be DC?
It doesn't have to be DC, but I got a question.
Let's keep it to DC because then there's too many people.
Mando. That's got to be Mando.
Yeah, because Mando's a little bit older, and no Mando because Beskar. He has Beskar armor.
The armor and the dark saber. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be Mando.
Plus Mando has more experience.
Way more. Mandalorians. Because here's the thing, Knights of the Old Republic helped. And the Mandalorian show definitely helped. Mandalorians are some of those badass dudes in Star Wars ever. So the point,
I got one for you. I got a good matchup for you.
All right.
Damien with Beskar like bat gauntlets, okay, versus Din Djarin.
It'd be a close fight.
It'd be a close fight, but I gotta go with
Mando.
I gotta go with Mando. I'm not going with Damien on this one because
in the off chance Damien does knock Mando off his footing, Grogu force push knocks him out.
But even if it's not with Grogu, Damien just has the Beskar gauntlets. Mando has a suit of Beskar, so the sword's gonna break off.
No. What the thing is, what the Beskar does, it kind of neutralizes the Darksaber a little bit because he can block the Darksaber.
No, I know that.
He's still a more experienced hand-to-hand combat.
I know that, but Damien's sword, as soon as you hit Mando with it, it's gonna break off.
Oh, okay. Actually, I here's one for you. What if you give Damien the Beskar spear?
Okay, he has a fighting chance. He has a fighting chance.
He has a fighting chance. I still say Mando.
I don't know, because like a spear is definitely a weapon that Damien is trained with. Like he would be extremely skilled.
Yes,
the spear gives you range. It can block the Darksaber easily
and thrust capabilities.
The problem with that, and I acknowledge that that's a good point. The problem when you go to fighting styles, Damien is more impulsive and more aggressive, and Mando is trained to recognize these subtleties in how people fight. So he would immediately go, "Okay, this guy's being really aggressive." Evade.
Here's the thing. Din Djarin is skilled, but he is not an elite level fighter. That like
he's average.
He's
a Mandalorian.
Above average, but he's not. He's above average at best. Like, come on. Look at he's like a like for example, look at him versus Gina Carano's character. That was a draw, and she was unarmored. You know, like if she really wanted to, like,
she could beat the crap out of him.
But you also have to take into account it's not just Mando with the Darksaber, it's him with the birds, with his flamethrower, with his jetpack.
Other thing with the Darksaber, he can't use the full effect of the Darksaber because the Darksaber is really heavy on him. Like, remember that fight with John
I know
Favreau's
that.
character? He barely won.
But I'm saying, ignoring the Darksaber, he's got the whistling birds, he's got the jetpack, he's got the flamethrower. It's like everything, because Mandalorians are trained to kill Jedi.
But here's the thing. A lot of this tricky stuff, Damien has the same kind of like tricky like Damien's a freaking ninja, you know, like he's kind of prepared for the unexpected of a lot of these tricks. You know what I'm saying?
He can adapt.
That's true. I can see that. I kind of get that. I still say Mando just because of the way he's trained to like recognize how someone's fights.
Okay,
but I got that.
Damien is objectively the more skilled fighter.
Okay,
objectively,
the more skilled fighter.
Yeah, that is objectively. I'll give you that.
If you give him a Beskar spear, I think he could probably win.
If this was
a tough fight, but he could win.
If this was early in Damien's character arc, back in the Grant Morrison one when he was 10, all Mando has to do is just counter and tire him out because he's just a
Emperor Valkyrie. That guy.
Wait. How is this a comparison? How's this a fight?
Who is Valkorian?
You don't know who Valkorian is.
Oh, KOTOR. I haven't played that much KOTOR. Now,
Falcon is a Palpatine level power.
All right.
Beyond arguably.
Who would be a match for Darth Revan?
Ooh.
Now that is a question there.
That is a question.
And by the way, Palpatine versus Lex Luthor, a battle of manipulation. That is a good
Lex
point.
Luthor. I think Lex
Luthor.
Lex Luthor can pull it off.
He could pull it off.
Because Palpatine's blinded by ego.
And by the
Luthor
way,
is willing to adapt.
even if it's a straight up fight, I still say Lex Luthor because here's the way I approach this. Have they fought? Hang on. Have they fought in the past people with similar abilities, like with the lightning and all that stuff? And Lex Luthor has kind of come out on top, so he has some ways to at least even the odds.
Lex is not Lex is not a villain that really does head-on confrontations very well. He is a thinker. He is a plotter. He's a planner. Like, sure, you could put him in a mech suit and he might do okay, but it is nowhere near the level of these characters.
Okay, that's true. That's the problem with like comparing DC to Star Wars, because if we talk about how DC are like god level.
Like, if you want to talk about like political maneuvering, like you make
it's Lex Luthor. He's objectively it's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he can outmaneuver.
Because here's the problem.
Outmaneuvering Palpatine's not that hard to do because he literally is hung by his own hubris on multiple occasions.
Here's the thing.
Let's okay, wait.
Here's the thing.
Wait, Jared.
Real quick. About the
no. Let's just contain it to a battle of chess. Okay.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
Versus Palpatine.
That's what I'm saying. It's Lex Luthor because here's the thing. People always talk about, he manipulated the Clone Wars and everything. His manipulating the Clone Wars relied too much on luck and stuff happening to happen that way on coincidences.
Okay, that's like Palpatine's a gifted manipulator. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I still team Lex Luthor, but I think you're kind of underselling Palpatine a little bit.
No, he played a major role in pushing it toward Order 66, but in order for it to turn out the way he did, some things he did not plan for happening. Some vital parts of that plan happened the way he didn't plan them to.
They were contrivances.
Yeah,
David, here's a dirty little secret about the Joker. Jared could be the Joker. I could be the Joker.
Yeah, it's not that hard to beat the Joker.
See, the reason why the Joker only exists because Batman will not kill him. Okay,
only reason.
Like,
I know, and trust me, I've done clips on that.
Like literally, all of his schemes rely on compassion. Rely on like for example, you
Joker compassionate.
Like for example, if you plop the Joker into Hell's Kitchen and he start causing havoc, Daredevil would kill him. The Punisher would just pop him in the head.
The Punisher would just kill him immediately. Most Marvel heroes, I'm sure, would be like, no, we got to kill this dude. So, back to our topic. So, Star Wars Marvel. The way I could see now, I have two. I have a small scale and a large scale.
Mm-hmm.
The story involves the Guardians of the Galaxy showing up on this planet. They don't know exactly what's... they're just sent there on a job, let's say. Star-Lord walks into this bar. He sees this dude in Beskar armor. It's Boba Fett. And then he overhears Boba Fett talking about this job he's on for this guy named Jabba. And then it turns into like a race to see who can accomplish the mission first.
So we're doing a story where the Guardians of the Galaxy travel to the Star Wars galaxy.
Yeah, or... Okay.
Let's just say the Star Wars galaxy exists within a Marvel universe, and the Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's in the unknown regions of Star Wars, if you will.
The galaxy far, far away. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's the galaxy far, far away. So
okay, I follow so far.
My large scale is that all of a sudden, and this is during the my Star Wars is kind of taking place during the Imperial times. So,
by the way, Gamora could beat Mando easily.
Oh yes,
easily.
Oh, that's an easy fight. Yeah, I'm 100% on board with that one. So,
even if you give Mando every advantage,
no, like she's literally the most deadly woman in the galaxy. That's her reputation, and she heals from pretty much anything. I'm reading a Guardians thing where she got burned by the sun and still regenerated. Yeah, it's Gamora. But anyway,
now I want to see a team up between Cara Dune, Big Barda, and Gamora.
Oh hell yeah!
Now that's a solid book.
Trinity of badasses. So anyway, my large scale one is that it's taking place, I'd say, after episode 4 or so. So
in between New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's like but almost immediately afterwards. So
okay. Is Vader still lost? Because remember, it was kind of a
no,
few
he
weeks
got
since
he got picked up. By the way, the greatest moment in Vader Star Wars comics is where he crash lands on the planet. The rebels surround him. They go, Vader, you're surrounded. He goes, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Oh,
I'm like,
have
yes.
Have you ever seen the Aluminum Falcon short?
No, I haven't.
I have.
Oh my god! It's a robot chicken short. It is so it's basically Vader calling Palpatine after the like, what the hell's an Aluminum Falcon?
And by the way, Tevia, Mayday Parker versus Thrawn. That's a Thrawn. What kind of matchup is that?
Okay, actually, Thrawn versus Lex Luthor.
I got to give this to Thrawn.
Yeah,
I got to give this to Thrawn. I'm sorry. Yeah. As much as I want to say Lex Luthor, I've seen Rebels, and that dude is like a level above a level.
No, I've read the books. I've read the Thrawn trilogy.
I think Thrawn would be like, you know, Mr. Luthor, you are without a doubt the greatest opponent I have ever faced.
Oh yeah,
you are the only person who have made me use every ounce of my wits. I say this from the bottom of my heart. You are it would be his great, like, it would take everything.
I finally met my equal.
You know, like, it's
so my large scale crossover is
Thrawn would ultimately respect him before he beat him.
Oh yeah, but so my large scale crossover. So you have the rebels that they're traveling around. They're feeling pretty up about their victory. And all of a sudden, they start hearing planets are vanishing. They're like, what the hell? We took out the Death Stars. No way they have two of them.
Galactus.
Galactus shows up, and then
no. The Silver Surfer lands on
Coruscant?
Yavin 4.
Yavin 4, yeah. And they're like, okay, so who the hell are you? Oh yeah, your plan's gonna get blown up. And they're like, wait, what? And then Galactus just appears.
Basically, Palpatine made a deal with Galactus.
Yeah, he said, okay, let me do my thing first. If I fail, go ahead. I care not. And by the way, now Tevia has an interesting one. Thrawn versus Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Because I gotta agree with
depends
on this
on
one.
the version of Doom we're talking about.
Here's why,
Also, don't forget, Doctor Doom has magic.
Exactly what I'm about to say. He has magic, so he's basically a metahuman. So I'm like, yeah, even if the outmaneuvering thing, Doom would just tear Thrawn's head off. Now
I got one.
Okay,
so I got one for you. Thrawn versus Reed Richards.
That's got to be Reed. I got to go Reed on this one. Reed has rebuilt a multiverse.
I don't know. I think it would be really... It's kind of even keeled, but I give the slight edge to Thrawn.
It'd be close.
Honestly, I have to give it to I have to change my mind here, because Reed overthinks the problem, as is the case of Civil War, and arguably Civil War got worse.
I got a good matchup for you.
And then play the Hulk.
Chewbacca versus Beast.
Chewbacca.
Beast can outsmart him.
And Beast is pretty agile. Like, the thing is, Chewbacca's strong, and he's got.
We've already answered this. I say Deathstroke, Rami.
Chewbacca is probably a tad bit stronger than Beast, but Beast is also like more agile and whatnot.
And Thrawn versus Punisher. Oh, geez. Are we talking Punisher in the War Machine suit? Because if it's that,
not even a fight.
The thing is, that's basically basically a battle of Punisher getting to Thrawn, because if you get him in the same room, you know, Thrawn.
Punisher.
It's basically a Kingpin kind of.
It'd be a dope ass book. I would read the hell out of that. Oh, Punisher versus the entire Empire. That's a book. That is a book,
the Empire.
It's like this way. It's a comic book, but I agree with you because eventually someone's gonna get him.
Frank Castle is many things. Subtle is not one of them.
Mm-hmm. Thrawn versus Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan because of the Green Lantern ring.
Wait. Hal Jordan.
Actually,
in a fight,
Thrawn is smart enough to figure out his weakness, though.
No, but wait.
Okay. You're comparing imagination.
Real quick. Here's the battle. All of a sudden, it looks like Hal Jordan is going to come back, and all of a sudden, a yellow lantern ring shows up on Thrawn's finger.
No, all it does is Thrawn goes to the console, does some buttons, and all of a sudden the shields take on a yellowish hue.
But he doesn't have that weakness anymore. They got rid of that in Jeff Johns' Green Lantern Rebirth.
You're ruining my fun.
Yeah, but anyway, so now I want to go to each of you, and you guys are going to propose a large scale and a small scale.
No. Scarecrow versus Darth Vader.
Honestly,
Vader.
Okay.
Vader.
Scarecrow.
I gotta go Scarecrow because all he has to do is pump in that fear toxin, and because it's very hallucinogenic, and Vader is very prone to hallucinations of Padme.
It would be Padme, Obi-Wan, all of his worst fears hitting him.
Him getting burned.
Yeah,
And by the way, yeah, this is how it would actually go. He wouldn't actually go through each of the Empire. He would just end up on Coruscant and just snipe Palpatine. But here's the problem with that: Palpatine would sense that.
No, wait. It's Batman versus Darth Vader, but Batman has those like gas canisters you use in BVS.
Yeah,
those are filled with the Joker's fear toxin.
You mean Scarecrow's fear toxin?
Scarecrow, yeah.
Well,
Vader
you could beat Darth Vader. You could beat Darth Vader with an EMP. That's really what you need. And by the way, so each of you.
No.
Run them over
and then we're gonna get to the stories now.
You got to admit that would be a strategy.
That would be that would work. I'm just saying. Yeah, here's what Batman would do. He would do that EMP and then defeat him. So anyway,
wait. I want to play this out. See, here's the thing. EMPs really only work for a short time. Plus, Vader is shown to be really resilient to even when his suit gets damaged. See, the fear toxin would have more of
he would use it in combination, is what I'm saying. He would first.
What I'm saying is the fear toxin, like an EMP would only really disable him for like 10 to 30 seconds, and then he get back. The fear toxin could paralyze him almost indefinitely because he has shown, it paralyzes him, but only temporarily, and then he get backs up. Ooh. And he's been shown to work through pain. Honestly, Darth Vader is a Green Lantern. He is will personified. Yeah.
By the way, he's either a green or a red lantern because rage. And by the way,
I don't know. He has a lot of willpower. Darth Vader.
Yeah, I would say he's leaning more toward green, but you gotta admit most of his evil stuff is motivated by extreme anger. And
Brainiac. Yeah, there's
it's Brainiac. It's Brainiac. But so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the panel. Each of you are gonna give me a large scale crossover and a short scale, and it can be any Marvel character you want. It doesn't have to be like this big bombastic story. So Nick, I'll start with you.
The Shi'ar Empire versus the Empire.
Okay, that would be.
Yeah, you took mine.
But you actually have to give me a story.
Dang it!
You're the comic writer. Well, now I am too. But there you go.
All right, JJheat, do your thing so I can let this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Work.
JJheat, large scale story and short scale. It can be any Star Wars character, any Marvel character.
Okay, remember how the Queen of the Shi'ar Empire had a thing for Xavier?
Yeah.
So what if Xavier's on an expedition in space? He ends up on Vader's dreadnought. Shi'ar senses what happens, and she literally rallies a fleet to bombard Vader just to rescue Xavier.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope as hell. Oh,
my friend, you have no idea what you have brought on yourself.
It was at that moment Darth Vader knew he effed up. And by the way, I have one more crossover I'm going to propose real quick. Phoenix versus the Empire.
Phoenix.
It's Phoenix, but because
I mean that's too easy, bro. That's too easy.
But all right, so is that your large scale? Is that your large scale or your small scale?
Oh, that's my small scale.
All right, what's your large scale? I hesitate to do this. And by the way, Desmondino, who really wants to do this one, Talon Card versus Kingpin. I have no idea. I'm not really that familiar with Talon Card. I have a comic of his.
It's solid.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. But all right, what's your large scale? I feel because that could qualify as a large scale too. Because I'm like, oh gosh, but what's a large scale?
Palpatine searching for the Infinity Stones.
Ooh. Or it could be Vader searching for the Infinity Stones to overthrow Palpatine.
Too easy.
Yeah, I could see that. Well,
Nick?
all right, that works. That works really well.
Okay, this is a storyline that I'm going to be cheating a little bit.
There's no
So
such
this
thing
is
as
my
cheating.
large scale. Oh, when you hear what I'm about to do, you will call me a cheater. Okay, so this is set during the Clone Wars, and they're running an experimental device that opens up portals. Okay, and then a portal opens up, and that's a large portal. The Starship Enterprise.
This is Star Wars and Marvel, not Star Trek. Stop with the you Trekkie. Stop it.
No, I've always wanted to play the story out. Freaking.
So basically, the Clone Wars and the Wrath of Khan.
We're doing Marvel Star Wars, Nick. Read the banner.
I reject your reality and substitute my own. So in this story, and also in the storyline, it's discovered that Spock is force sensitive.
And then so we lost connection with Nick because he wasn't playing the game. Okay, you know what?
It's because of my thing. It's like Vulcans would make perfect Jedis.
Okay,
True.
Since you did not understand the rules of the game, I get to go again because I just thought of another one. This would be all right. This involves so this is taking place during the Clone Wars as well, because that's my favorite era of Star Wars because I'm awesome like that. But it's during one of the battles. It doesn't matter. It could be Geonosis. And then on Geonosis, there's this cave. And then these clones are investigating this cave system because they heard there's there's some Geonosian activity. They go in there and find a brood queen. If you don't know what a brood is, it's basically a xenomorph, but for Marvel. I want a Star Wars alien crossover. That would be cool. What's up, Andre? What's up?
I just want a Marvel alien crossover.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell. That's what they need.
Batman did it the best.
The Guardians show up on like a derelict spaceship, and there's a xenomorph that's hunting.
Okay. A Predator versus Boba Fett.
Predator.
I mean, if Arnie can beat a Predator, Boba Fett can do it.
Depends on the Predator, though, because there are some pretty badass Predators.
Yeah, but the thing is, if a normal human can beat Predators, Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is he has the exact kind of skill set that can counteract a Predator. So I think Boba Fett could do it.
Okay, I got that.
Even if you take away his armor, Boba Fett could still probably outdo a Predator.
Well, yeah, that's true because he gets his ass kicked in every movie. But now, all right. Now we're gonna actually no, that's interesting because now that Marvel publishes Alien comics, we can include that in our little discussion. So let's include Predators and Aliens. So let's do this. All right. So now you're going to propose a normal Marvel universe and an Aliens crossover, and it can be in any time period. It can be in the modern day. It doesn't have to be in the future because Alien versus Predator established the rules that they can show up in the modern day, even though that would completely destroy Earth. I got one. All right. So
Actually, no. Here's my Predator crossover. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
It is 1890. A young James Howlett.
Oh yes.
Canadian Yukon.
Yes!
So basically, it is Wolverine versus Predator, 1890, Bone Claws.
It's Wolverine
in the Canadian Yukon.
And by the way, you saw Bat in the Sun, didn't you? And by the way, as soon as you said 1890, it took me a second. Then I was like, oh. As soon as you said young, and I was like, oh, okay. So
and
mine is
James Howlett, yeah.
So mine is this is taking place in a continuity. When
wait.
Oh no! Hey! It's my turn. I'm taking place in a continuity where the X-Men have gone to war with the rest of the world because they're still on that stupid island. So
Oh god.
So now what they decide to do, the aliens discover that Krakoa has these eggs, but secretly has like a vessel for these eggs. So what they just start doing, they have like Angel and a bunch of other X-Men just drop these eggs in these major population centers and then release the xenomorphs.
Okay, in that scenario, here's something. A xenomorph attaches itself to Wolverine. So you get a Pred Wolverine, but because of Wolverine's healing factor, he survives the chest bursting.
Would the alien get his healing factor though?
Yes.
Now that's cool.
Because remember, the alien does take upon effect. Like I would say that whatever. Okay, this actually makes it a lot pretty interesting. Whatever mutant they chest burst out of, they get that power.
So it chest bursts out of Cyclops and it comes out. Brah!
Yes.
That would
Yes.
be so. One turns to diamonds and is hot for some reason.
Because I think that makes the story more interesting, honestly.
That would honestly, but yeah, and what would be so cool, the xenomorph has bone claws.
Yeah,
Baby, that would be so
it has
cool.
healing factor.
What?
Roll the clip.
Oh, yeah. You know what? And its skin is yellow.
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Yes, I would. It comes out yellow and blue.
Oh, imagine it attaches itself to Deadpool.
Deadpool's like, oh no, I'm Ellen Ripley.
You know what? If that actually happened, he would say that.
He would say that. You kidding me? Oh, absolutely. But honestly, it would essentially. I think that a xenomorph attack on Earth would turn into like King in Black, kind of.
Basically,
it's the same concept. And by King in Black is where the god of the symbiote showed up. Nick, in case you didn't know,
arguably Venom's best storyline.
That whole run is fantastic. I just read the entire omnibus.
I got another
all right.
predator thing for you. It's a cold night in Hell's Kitchen.
Daredevil versus is it Daredevil and or Punisher versus the Predator?
Just Daredevil. And I'm going to set it around Christmas because for some reason Shane Black's writing this film.
I got to give it to Daredevil again because if a regular dude can take out a Predator and Daredevil is far from a regular dude, it's like
it would make for a good story though. It would
make for a great storyline, but it's like the same thing with Punisher versus the Predator. We saw that. It's called Predator. It's literally called they have the same concepts as the Predator. King in Black versus Jeff Johns Green Lantern. In terms of storylines, I enjoyed Jeff Johns Green Lantern, dude. I have all three omnibuy. It's a tough choice though because oh my gosh, I love that.
Okay, I got a versus for you. Spider-Man versus Cal Kestis.
Oh,
okay.
So the reason I picked Cal Kestis is now he's a less skilled Jedi.
Now here's the way that fight would go. Here's the way this fight would go. It would start off like a battle and stuff, and then eventually Spider-Man would go, "Do you want to just go hang out?" You know that's the way it would turn out.
Which is the worst story?
Okay, fine. Spider-Man versus Trilla.
Oh, that I gotta give that to Trilla because she will murder Peter Parker.
I would argue that would be a hookup because we know how Peter Parker.
Here's the thing.
Written by Dan Slott.
All Spider-Man has to do is get the lightsaber away from Trilla, which actually wouldn't be
That's
that hard
true.
because of his webbing.
And if you've seen Superpowered Beatdown when we fought Darth Maul, he cut off his head with a lightsaber, which is so dope.
So and the thing is, Spider-Man with his spider senses, he can dodge a lightsaber without too much trouble.
Oh yeah,
you know.
He's fought people with swords.
Like I think Spider-Man versus like most Jedis is a fairly good even matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would give you that one. And what's in the private chat that's making him? What's the worst storyline? Amazon's Attack, One More Day, or Countdown? Amazon's Attack. Actually, if it includes that Superman run by Brian Michael, I Hate Myself Bendis, I'm gonna have to go with Bendis' Superman. That was 100% worse. There were some parts of Amazon's Attack I enjoyed.
Worse than Countdown.
Yeah. As a Superman fan, it was heinous. Tevia, what's worse, Countdown or Brian Michael Bendis is Superman? You know what he's gonna say. So,
I mean,
so now, all right. So JHeat, your Alien crossover.
you know what?
Alien crossovers are so hard to do because all the stories just come down because unless you contain it to like a small area, they just come down to pandemics kind of stories.
You can put it on an alternate planet. It doesn't have to be like on Earth because remember we have cosmic in Star Wars. I mean, in Marvel,
An alien egg ends up on the Chitauri.
oh god, because they're pretty much xenomorphs.
Okay,
No. Wait. An alien impregnates a Skrull.
Too easy.
If we've established that they can inherit the powers, a shape-shifting xenomorph.
Good story, but too easy.
No, I know it's too easy, but I'm saying that I would pay for that.
Okay, actually, here's my story. Here's my storyline. So, the Predators, they come to New York for Frank Castle, not to hunt him, but to recruit him.
To blood him, essentially, and make him a
Because
predator?
Basically, he becomes a human predator, which they have been
They
storylines.
have,
Like,
dude,
They have done that.
the Predator mask, but with the Punisher skull painted on it.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, why do they
let's
change-
be honest. Let's be honest here. The Predators would love to have Frank Castle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, imagine that title of a comic. Frank Castle Predator. Dude, that would
Like,
suck.
I'm sorry if I wrote for Marvel, I would so write that story.
Oh, hell yes.
No. Imagine like Chuck Dixon or Mike Barron writing that story.
Oh, Mike Barron would so do that. You kidding me? That would be so dope. I would pay for that. But I would pay for the Predators to show up and just recruit Batman. I think they would. No, the Predators recruit Red Hood.
Well,
Too easy.
Now remember, Batman has fought the Predator on multiple occasions.
And by the way, JHeat, I can tell you one reason why they redesigned the Punisher logo is because it's problematic and the people that they don't like use the logo. That's why. That is why. So now we're going to transition to our regularly scheduled programming. That was excellent. So Chuck Dixon had some statements about the DCEU I wanted to go over. Nick and I, this is very close to our hearts since Nick and I both interviewed Chuck Dixon. He's a great guy. I plan on having him back on the show soon. So we're going to read through Chuck's statements and it's bad, dude. It's the stupidest logo design ever. And they took away his guns and gave him swords and made him a ninja.
Before we do this, we need to show people the logo. I think.
All right.
I think because like if David is like they changed Predator's logo, we need to establish like what they changed it to.
Okay.
Also, while you do that, I'm going to explain the problem. So here in the United States, the Punisher logo. Jared, can you stand up real quick? Can I show your shirt real quick? That logo, it was used by both police and military people. You know, for example, the American Sniper, Chris Kyle, like SEAL Team 3.
Here's the new one.
So bad. It looks like
thanks, Jason Aaron.
I will say, if this was not a replacement Punisher logo and just like any other person, it looks good. It would look good.
Well, they'll go back to it. I guarantee you, they're going to go back to the regular
within
Punisher
the next 5 years.
Put him with guns. It's an American military symbol now, and also because like a few people who stormed the Capitol had it on their gear. So I'm like, I get that it was
okay. Let's just stop right there because that's going into politics.
No, but all I'm saying is that. But all I'm going to say,
Jared.
Oh yeah, all I'm going to say is that. Let me put it this way: Punisher's been a very controversial character for the people that run Marvel because he uses the tools they don't like and he wears a logo they don't like. So it's like they were in like a tough place and it's just, it's temporary. It's going to be temporary eventually because it's just so stupid.
Like, man,
I'm
make
gonna
it Martin on Tim Drake.
Jared, I'm going to be sending a picture in host chat on Twitter. It's just you'll know what it is when you see it. Just kind of give people more of an idea of what's going on. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So essentially, in 2003 Iraq, I'll show the picture. 2003 Iraq, a bunch of the Navy SEALs who were deployed there put the Punisher logo on all their gear, and the idea was they wanted to communicate to the enemy that we're the
Can
guys
you click on the
coming out.
picture to make it bigger?
So the idea was that's as big as it gets. Okay, there you go. So the idea.
There we go.
Oh, it's not being shown? Okay.
Can you try just
hang on.
Download the picture and then do
Nick, hang on. I got it. So the idea was they would spray paint the Punisher logo on their gear and also on the buildings they had cleared to the idea of telling the bad guys, hey, we're coming for you guys. So that's like where the military kind of adopted his logo. And plus, when you think about it, the Punisher's going there to right a wrong. And it's because the justice system didn't work for him, so he's taken matters into his own hands, which is pretty much any vigilante story. So I don't know what the big deal is. But anyway, back
and
to
hopefully we don't get canceled.
We didn't. There's a reason why I avoid politics. But anyway, so back to what Chuck Dixon said. So Chuck Dixon, for those of you that somehow don't know who Chuck Dixon is, he has the most prolific. He had one of the most prolific Batman runs, inventor of Bane, and all around a great dude.
Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl,
Tim Drake,
Punisher.
And if there's you that would like to see that interview, it's on the channel. So
arguably the best Nightwing run of all time.
He had
objectively the best Nightwing run of all time.
Yeah, this sentence basically summarizes his thoughts. I don't think he knows what the audience wants. So immediately
they want Henry Cavill. They want Henry Cavill.
They want Henry Cavill. Yeah, exactly. So what he said was, it looks like a mixed bag to me. I got to wonder if Gunn's proposed list is for real, if it's a wish list. Are all these things going to be put on a schedule? It seems like an ambitious list. Seems like a lot of stuff. It seems like he's going to be writing a lot of it. I mean, if he writes all the things he says he's going to write, he's not going to be leaving the house anytime soon. But I got to wonder, is it just a pie in the sky, or is this just a wish list? Some of the things seem extremely underwhelming. Some of the things seem to exist only to check boxes. Quite frankly, I don't care. I know you don't want to hear that, but I don't care. I've never seen a DC movie, DC-based movies that I've liked ever, and I don't like and I don't think I'll ever see one. So basically, here's the thing: he has a point that because Creature Commandos should not be the first thing you release. Absolutely not. No, it should be Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to establish the brand trust, and then you can, and assuming those things do well, then you can start with those projects. But here's the thing, though, and Jackson makes a good point. What are the odds that a lot of these projects get canceled? Not necessarily because stuff gets bad, but then they're like, do we really need a Creature Commando show? Do we really need a Amanda Waller show?
Yeah, I think Chuck, I mean not Chuck, but James is like doing his I'm gonna take an obscure thing and make it popular. I think he's kind of leaning into that a little bit too hard.
Yeah, because chapter 1 should have just been the movies of each individual Justice League member and then the Justice League movie. If you want to do that if you want to go off
maybe one curveball,
like Booster Gold. I really hope that
Booster Gold or the Authority,
either of those could do really well.
I feel like Waller...
I could see the Authority fitting into whatever storyline, but Creature Commando is just pure vanity.
Mm-hmm. It's. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, JJheat.
I feel like Waller's just a transition piece for Peacemaker season 2 because James Gunn is definitely picking and choosing. I don't know if this is an executive decision or is it just he had to promote something after running his mouth for 6 months on end.
But I get the feeling that a lot of this was just what is it so rough draft, and that's what he had available to release because he knew people were burning down his DM saying release the damn slate. But another thing I think, based upon how David Zaslav has behaved in the past, I get the feeling that if the Twitter, let me put it this way, I want to talk about also how this relates to the trending day that's going to happen on the 14th. I'm currently working on a fan edit, but All I'm saying, let's say that does big numbers like 1.5
All right,
million
you need to
tweets.
explain what you need to explain what trending day is.
So what the trending day is that on that day,
do you have any pictures you can show, like any graphic? Like
just 1 second. 1 second. I'll go to our good friend Snyder Queen's Twitter page. But basically the idea is, first I'll explain it. So the concept of the trending day is that on that day we all get together, and all day we tweet out sell ZSJL to Netflix, sell Snyderverse to Netflix, and by sell we mean license. In other words, let Zack Snyder at Netflix complete his storyline at Netflix, which, by the way, Forbes has weighed in and said, yeah, this could actually happen, and allow him to do that as an Elseworld story, and then you can do your own stuff. Now, the thing is that if the trending day happens and it reaches big numbers like 1.5 million tweets, which was like Restore the Snyderverse when the Snyder Cut came out, I gotta wonder if David Zaslav is gonna go, what are you talking about? That's what the fans want. I'm seeing a crap ton of fans that want this.
Now, I will say this. Now, you're our fans. I'm new to Comics League. I've been here for like 3 months now.
Kind of.
And I'm also, my channel's growing a little bit with my Swole Tour playthroughs. You guys are great, but I got to be real with you. A commission deal to license the Snyderverse as an Elseworld is unlikely.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
Too much bad blood.
It's not like I've been saying that the entire time.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
I've been trying to be charitable, but
the thing is,
I mean, I'm not saying don't try. I'm not saying this whole effort isn't a valiant effort. Even if I don't think it'll work, I think it's definitely worth trying. And like, I'm saying do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I encourage you to do it because who knows?
Because here's the thing, though, and Xevious, who is
even
very
if it has, like, all right, okay, I'm going to quote, like, even if there is a 1% chance that this may work, that means we must do it.
We have to take it as an absolute certainty. But and here's the thing, though, Xevious.
Yeah, I'm trying to be.
How do you not have that clip?
I don't have all of BVS. I told you it's just Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah. The thing is, he has every second of Zack Snyder's Justice League uploaded to StreamYard. How he manages that, I don't know.
The thing is that, remember, and Xevious says about Xevious was next cover artist for Screecher, and very good at that. But he's very connected, and he said there were people, all of the major news sources were adamant that the Snyder Cut would never be released. Adamant. So even he said it legitimately could happen. And by the way, I'm just going to do
that is, and that, yeah. Thank you.
And remember, did we all see? Do we all think canceling Batgirl was possible?
That is
okay. Batgirl was just horrendously bad.
And also, here's the other issue. Warner Bros. Needs the money, so if they're like, hey, if you pay us to use these characters on your own thing that's separate, why not? It's more money because he needs like.
The only way that would work is if it's a Tommy Emmerich situation where they need the momentum to sell the Warner Brothers off again.
Mm-hmm.
Because
here is a problem we're in, okay? And this problem is going to go on for the next year or so. We are in a holding pattern until Aquaman comes out, and all the dust settles from that. Like, we got to go through Shazam, Flash, Aquaman. Once all those movies come out, then we might actually start to see what's going to happen. But like, we don't know what's going to happen because these movies could make $1 billion, and that may change things. Like Aquaman could very well make $1 billion, and that could change things. Like Shazam, like it could do 800 million. I like Shazam could do $1 billion.
I don't think it's going to do bad.
Okay. Depends.
Here's my realistic prediction for Shazam. I think it's going to do between $600 and $800 million. That is my prediction. I think it's going to do well. Not crazy, like not like billion good, but like good numbers. Like I think it's going to be between 600 and 800 because it's got a little bit of buzz going. They got the advertising going for it. I think it's going to do decent.
Yeah, and the Flash is promising. But what we're saying is that I disagree with all these people saying it's 100% not going to happen, because there are those people on the internet saying it's not going to happen. But when you have like the major news sources saying actually it could happen, and honestly it's a really good option, that tells me it's not 100% off the table. I guarantee it's like going off of what James Gunn said on Twitter. He said, he said Zach hasn't shown any interest. And here's the key thing. Netflix hasn't shown any interest. Again, do you really think that let's say the trending day does really well, like extremely well, and do you really think
1.4 million tweets?
Do you really think Netflix is not going to go to David Zaslav and saying, "Hey, we need content and people want it"?
Guarantee you, if they break even 100,000, like, well, maybe not. Like, if they break 500K tweets, let alone breaking 1 million, they're gonna notice.
They're gonna notice, and they're gonna be like, okay, because based upon what James Gunn said, he didn't say no, it's not gonna happen. He just said Netflix has not expressed any interest in it. I guarantee you, they are going to show also, interest at least.
To wind it back a little bit, I want to respond to what David said about like Shazam doing Black Adam numbers. Yeah, that could very well happen.
That could happen.
Didn't Black Adam do like 500 to 600 million?
400 million, I think was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like 450. I'm saying that is very possible, but I'm trying to be a little optimistic here. But I will admit, David, your prediction is very valid. So.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very valid. But that's the point. And JJheat, I wonder who that guy is, brings up a good point. It's like, yeah, it depends on if a deal will be made. But I'm just saying that if the trending day does really well, like what Nick and I are saying, it'll at least start the conversation. They're saying, what would we have to do for you to do this? And then they'll probably ask Zach, would you want to come back as like a director or like even just a producer to make sure it aligns with your storyboards?
Because here's the thing. If the desire is there by both sides, by all parties, it can be done. Okay? Mm-hmm. That much is true. Like, if Warner Brothers wants to do it, if Netflix is on board and Zach is as well, a deal can be made. Like, it is logistically possible for this to happen. Now, does the desire to happen? That is the question mark.
They don't have to have Zach come back as like a director. He could just come in and say, I'll produce and make sure the lines kind of with
like
there.
I will say, like Jared said, there are people who said like absolute certainty. I will say that I was one of those people at first, and I said some things that I really shouldn't have, and I do apologize to you all for saying that. I wanted to kind of take a moment to say that. Mm-hmm. I'm still on the I don't think it'll happen. I think it's highly unlikely. But with all the stuff we'd happened, I have to kind of at least keep the door open, at least a little crack. Say, like, it could happen. Like, even if there's like a 0.0000000,
which is not. I would argue there's at least a 20% chance that at least a conversation could start.
No, 10 at best.
All right, 10 at best. I'll give you that. 10
and
at
most
best.
charitable, the most charitable, I will say 0.5%. That is my most charitable.
0.5? Not even 8%?
It is so highly unlikely. The only reason I'm giving 0.5 is because crazier stuff has happened. The Snyder Cut happened. Batgirl got canceled. You know, like all this crazy stuff.
Discovery bought Warner Brothers. Who saw that coming?
Toby Emmerich, you got to give the man credit. He was able to finesse a major network off.
They brought Henry. They brought Henry back and then fired him 4 months later. It's like there's kind of a bit of an X factor here that you can't really ignore.
Yeah, but all I'm saying. Okay, so here's why I say it's at least 10%. Good. Now, again, this is going purely off of James Gunn as being truthful. I choose to believe he is. So, he said he's actively pursuing Elseworlds. B, totally open to putting content on other streaming service because it just expands the audience. And he did say in that tweet he has had conversations with Netflix. So that is key there. And 3, Zach does not have to come back necessarily as the director. Is it ideal? Yes. But he could come back more as just a story advisor or producer just to make sure it aligns more or less with what he wants to do. And then he can just he needs to promote the crap out of it.
I think it's more than just Flash doing good numbers.
Mhm.
Shazam needs to do good numbers, and I'm not saying Shazam needs to make $1 billion. I think Shazam needs to make at least 7. Like, if it grosses more than the Batman, they're gonna notice.
Yeah,
because Flash is kind of expected to probably do really well. Aquaman as well, but if Shazam does really well, like
particularly
because the Batman did, I think, what, 700 million, like 770. Yeah. If Shazam does 800 million, which is possible, it's probably on the upper range, but it's possible. If Shazam does like those kind of numbers, they're gonna notice.
And plus, here's the thing. Here's another reason why they're going to notice who's cameoing in Shazam. I watched I watched the trailer. It is actually her. I watched the international trailer. It is. Yes. It is absolutely no disputing. It's Wonder Woman.
I am going to eat my words, and yes, I was wrong.
That's fine. It's because I see someone holding a stick with bracers and red boots. I'm like, who else could that be?
I saw the pictures, and it may not be Gal Gadot, but it's definitely Wonder Woman.
According to Syl, at least, it is Gal. According to him, at least, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm saying he's been right about stuff in the past. My point is, it's the Snyderverse Wonder Woman. And if Aquaman does well, it's the Snyderverse Aquaman. The point is that if the Snyderverse characters start doing extremely well with these movies, which I think there's a higher chance now. Here's why. The Snyder Cut came out, and people are like, so that's what the plan was all along? I like this. So people may be more like, okay, I see what this is going toward.
See, here's the problem. It's been implied that Gal and Jason are gonna stay as their characters, and Ez is gonna stay as their character. It hasn't been like Gunn has said tweets as much. Mm-hmm. Now whatever Gunn says is really only half confirmed, because those stuff that can change. But it's been heavily implied they're going to keep their roles. The thing is,
likely.
The thing is, really what will matter is post Flashpoint, because it's obvious they're going to use Flashpoint as a soft reboot across the universe.
Yeah, and
so if all of a sudden, like for example, if Ben Affleck shows up in Aquaman, that's going to be pretty awkward.
Yeah, in other words, if they keep that cameo in, I don't think they will do that unless it's taking place before the reboot, and then it's like all of a sudden the movie you see like this big white
Aquaman takes place after Flashpoint. That is for sure.
Yeah, so if it takes place after Flashpoint, I guarantee you he's not going to keep in the Ben Affleck cameo. Ben's not going to be Batman.
But if they do keep the cameo, that's going to cause some confusion.
I was going to save this for this week in DC, but there's rumors that Christian Bale's going to be Batman again. I'm like, no.
That's
not happening, because guess what? He said he wouldn't. He said he would only come back if Nolan was the guy, and I'm like, Nolan's clearly not the person.
Remember, they offered him $50 million to come back for BVS.
Yeah, it was going to be Ruth versus Bale for BVS, and he did, and he said no.
Like pretty much, I think. Okay, can we pause for a moment?
Yeah.
Let's play. I want to play that scenario out, because if they're bringing Bale in for BVS, that's pretty much the Dark Knight universe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I mean, there's no other way, like, in which it's easily done. But, like, imagine a BVS, basically, where it's directed by Christopher Nolan, but produced by Zack Snyder.
Like,
could be.
Imagine.
Remember, BVS was pretty good, and those roles were reversed in BVS. So imagine if it's the other way around.
That would be so interesting.
That'd be so cool, because I would love to see how Nolan handles Superman, because he handles a lot of these grounded characters. So I'd be interested to see how he would handle Superman.
Also, that means in Justice League, Gary Oldman would be playing Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. But
actually, I could see that. Like, I'm just trying to see, like, oh my god.
But okay, our point is, if let's say all of these movies do very well, like Aquaman, Flash, Shazam, and Blue Beetle do very well, which that could very well happen. if those movies do very well, I guarantee you they're going to go, okay, at least can we pursue something with these versions in an Elseworld story, so we don't have to.
Guys, wait. I need to say one more thing. So in this BVS, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is there, but he's Nightwing. So he took all of Batman's gear, but then he became Nightwing. He didn't become Batman, but he became Nightwing.
So you're telling me Nightwing's first name is Robin?
We get it. He was a Grayson stand-in, but they didn't want to call him that.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, it doesn't make it better.
They conveniently forget that part.
Like, he goes, that was an error on my birth certificate.
They just don't mention it again. They don't bring it up.
Or he has his name legally changed to Dick Grayson, then there you go. You got it.
Wait, wasn't he structured to where he was amalgamation of Grayson and Tim?
Kind of.
His personality?
No. What it was is John Blake was an alias. His real name is Richard Robin Grayson.
Okay, that works. It'd be weak, but I can kind of do it. How long would it take to make JL2 if he got Green funding? Okay, so
3 years.
3 years max.
2 years at the studio.
Now here's the thing: what they I could see what they could do is tell him condense your storyline for JL2 and 3 in one movie, and and we'll fund it. In other words.
Well, here's the other option. You're on Netflix, so make this an 8-part. Seriously, he's on Netflix, the one place.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Where you can literally have an 8-hour movie and people will watch it in a day.
And what they could
break it
do,
up into hour segments, and it works.
Yeah, what they could do is do the first 4 episodes is JL2, and the next 4 episodes is JL3. There you go.
Still counting Bruce and Lois.
No, of course. Zach said he changed that.
No, what it is the series is called Justice League, and you do a season 1 and the season 2.
You have to put Zack Snyder's Justice League on there for the
because it's brand confusion.
That's what that is.
So basically, you're basically doing Zack Snyder's Justice League, and you do 2 or 3 seasons, and basically you have all these characters, and you get because let's say you do it as and each one is 8 episodes long. That allows you to tell kind of more stories, and it's basically an ensemble piece between Aquaman, it's basically Trinity, plus Aquaman and Cyborg and Flash.
You could have like an arc of episodes is the Batfleck movie.
Because it's
you
an
can make the
ensemble
Batfleck movie a miniseries.
Yeah, that too. That's what
by doing it as an ensemble, what it does, it allows you to have certain episodes can focus on this story, because basically you can run 3 plots at the same time if you're doing 8 episodes.
Yeah, exactly, and still like hint that dark side's coming. But anyway, so in other words, logistically, yeah, do a TV series called the D.E. Snyderverse. No, it has to be called like Zack Snyder's Justice League, because that's the minute you label it Zack Snyder's Justice League, there's no confusion on which continuity this takes place in. Because if they just called it Justice League, if people would be confused, oh, James Gunn's Justice League stuff is on Netflix. I mean, you don't want that.
No, what they're gonna do is they're gonna call it Justice League.
Roll the clip.
And by the way, Lawrence, no, you do not want to. If you could choose between the two, in other words, if both are a viable option, and in other words, if they can actually do both, do live action. They could pick between the two. Why do animation?
The animation is more likely.
It's more likely, but I'm just saying, assuming both are equally likely. Let's say both are equally likely, and let's say it happens, and you have a choice of animation and live action. Which are you gonna pick?
Animation is gonna win out because they really want to bury the Snyderverse and move on.
I think from a logistics standpoint, animation makes more sense, because animation, honestly, in the long run, would be cheaper. Also, it's easier to do because it's a lot easier to get people into voice booths if they're around the world. Because these people, because like it's a lot easier.
They live lives.
Like let's say Henry Cavill is off in England shooting something, and it's like he can just go to a sound studio in London for like a day and record most of his lines, or he like a day here, like he can squeeze it in a lot easier.
And
than it
remember,
would be anything else.
this is the streaming service that gave us Love, Death, and Robots, where the animation pretty much looks live action. So even if it's animation, it doesn't necessarily mean it's
Also,
going to
this
be
is
camo level.
this is the same streaming service that gave us Arcane.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's Arcane animation quality, I'd be fine with it. But
I would argue it'd be Dikamu style because I feel like they would just crap this out.
which that's fine because
I think
the
if they're gonna do this, and if Zack Snyder is gonna be a part of this, which he will be, you know, he's
But hang
gonna
on.
push for a higher quality animation style.
plus
Let's be honest.
if Netflix is doing the bill, they can just say we'll pay for the Love, Death, and Robots team to do it.
What if they did it like Arcane, but it looks a little bit more comic booky? Like, okay. Hear me out. It's done by the people who did Arcane, but
Okay.
instead of it looking like a painting, it looks like an Alex Ross painting.
Oh, if they can make it look like
That's
Alex
a different
Ross-
level of quality, but I appreciate the ambition.
Have you seen Arcane?
I've seen it.
Oh yes,
I'm sorry, but like
They can do it.
The people who did Arcane, if they want to do an art style where it looks like Alex Ross did it, and bring in Alex Ross, you know, I mean, come on, it looks like Alex Ross did it. They could do it. I mean, come on. Have you seen Arcane?
I've seen it. It can be done.
It's a living painting. That
Yeah,
shit
it
was
can
a
be
living
done.
painting.
I'm saying, look this way: if I had the choice of animation style, it'd be the Love, Death, and Robots, because I feel like that's the way to get most of the Snyder purists on board to say, okay, so it'll be animated, but it'll look pretty much like a live action movie.
Mine would be Alex Ross, done by the people who made Arcane.
Yeah, I know, but if you do it that
Imagine how
way,
beautiful that would
no,
look.
but
Oh
no,
my
but Nick,
God.
if you do it that way, because if you do it my way, because there are plenty of Snyderverse people that are like, no, under no circumstances can it be live action. I mean, it can be animated. It has to be live action. If you do it in an animation style that's pretty much live action, it's more likely they'll go, okay, I can see this.
I mean, have you like look at how Alex Ross handles real life
No.
people? Like, imagine like an Alex Ross style, but just Henry. Like, if you take Superman, imagine a picture of Henry Cavill Superman
Dude,
done by Alex Ross. That would look so good.
that seems more like like if they did it as a graphic novel. Because okay, so here's a question: let's say they did it as a comic book, which that is entirely likely. That is at least in like the 80% likely percentile.
Jim Lee. Has to be Jim Lee.
Jim Lee, absolutely, because here's why I say Jim Lee's my top three is Jim Lee, Fabok, and Capullo, but it's Jim Lee because he drew the Justice League book that the first Justice League movie is based on.
Mm-hmm.
To be a nice way to sort of homage to that, written by Zack
you
Snyder.
could have Alex Ross alternate covers.
You could do that too, 100%. Or you could do it in Alex Ross, but I feel like Jim Lee, the way he draws like all these characters.
No, like a variant cover. Like
Variant cover,
imagine, okay, who else would you bring in to do?
I agree with Spider-Man. Jim Lee on interior, Alex Ross on covers.
Oh yes, that's a fantastic. There you go.
Okay, question.
Okay,
but I
real
only
quick,
have one
real
requirement.
quick.
Only one requirement.
Yeah.
Gabe Altai does the colors.
Oh, absolutely. But my recommendation, I don't think you would.
It'll never happen. It'll never
my
happen.
thing is that some of the covers can recreate like the first like Justice League origin covers, but with the Snyderverse characters.
Yeah, homage covers.
Covers, but to the original New 52 Justice League covers because it's that lineup. That would be cool. But and what they could do if they did as a comic book series, which do you guys agree with me that it's at least 80% likely if it comes back it could be a comic?
At least 80.
At least 80, because that is very easy to do. Of the options. And by the way, Zach has talked to Jim Lee about doing it, so it's very likely that could happen. Plus, they can make the other movies tie-in books, and then they could collect it in a massive omnibus. And you know I'm going to buy the crap out of that omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, and so JJheat, let's say Jim Lee is not on the table. Who would you want to draw the book? Interiors.
Even Van Sciver. It'll never happen.
It'll never happen, but I agree with you on that one. Let me show you my pick. So Capullo, obviously, because he's drawn like Dark Knights of Steel. He's I mean, not Dark Knight
and death metal.
I don't think he has the because Grey Capullo is really good at like the dark kind of stuff. I'm not sure he's really good at more of the lighter fare.
Yeah, here Jason Fabok, because he also drew New 52 Justice League. Like his Batman looks like Batfleck. Come on.
That Wonder Woman, her arms are way too big.
Well, she's jacked. You also have this.
Yeah, but that's like male linebacker. That's male jack. That's not.
I don't.
Those aren't a woman's arms. Those are a male arms. I'm starting to think that like Wonder Woman is post-op. Like I'm sorry.
Okay. But well, here's the thing. I'm sure he would change. They would tell him make it look like Gal Gadot. Just make it look like the actual people, and there you go. And you see, because I love his Superman too. His Superman looks really good. And by the way, I agree with Hernandez. Buff Wonder Woman's awesome. She's supposed to be buff.
So what do you mean? Are we talking like Gina Carano buff or Big Barda buff?
I'll say Gina buff. But yeah, Fabok I think could do really well. You can also do Ivan Reyes. He drew this cover on the special Death of Superman trade that DC Online sent me.
You know who my pick is?
Ooh.
Are you aware? Do you know who Mike Mayhew is?
No.
Oh, he's a good pick.
Show me. Give me a.
I got you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Just like that. Just like that. That pick was just up. Yeah.
All right, it's sending. There you go.
All right, so let's see. Oh, I thought you were gonna show your screen.
No.
That could work. Yeah, I'll pull it up right now because that could work.
Why? What? JJheat, why are you humming Backstreet Boys?
Yeah, I know. Why are you doing that?
Huh?
Okay. What? Okay. Question: what is worse, the fact that JJheat is humming Backstreet Boys, or the fact that we both recognized he was humming Backstreet Boys?
No, here's the worst part. No, Nick, here's the worst part. The fact that he's doing it on this show. That's the worst part. I got another one.
All right, give him the Wolverine.
Yes, okay. You deserve this, JJheat, by the way. All right.
Fair enough.
I have a wild card pick. And this guy is one that I'm kind of new to his stuff, but I'm trying to find a good picture to sort of encompass this. Oh, yeah. All right. Daniel Siempre, for those of you that don't know who he is, he's the artist for Dark Crisis.
Here's what I feel about Dark Crisis. I feel like Siempre and Williamson made the best of the assignment, but I feel like overall it was just too big for them.
Dude, I'm talking about the artist.
Oh, the art itself is good. I mean, yeah, they could pull it off. That's not in question. It's just the crafted material. If it's too big of an assignment, you really feel it with those two. Some writers can get away with it, like Grant Capullo or EVS to a degree, depending on which storyline we're talking about.
I really want EVS to draw more DC books. That's just my thing. Oh wait, chat. Who do you? Let's say that they decide, okay, we can't do it as a movie. Let's do it as a comic book. Who would you want to draw it? And if we couldn't go like Xevious, I could see that. And by the way, if they didn't want to have Zach write it, but just essentially could contribute the story, I could see Scott Snyder writing it. And
you're just replacing one Snyder with another.
I mean, it's still Scott Snyder's Justice League. They could also have, as a big FU, Jeff Johns.
No.
Yeah,
I see where you're going with, but no. The next thing you know, we're gonna have Stargirl crammed in there somewhere, and it's just.
Yeah, that's true.
If this was like 5 to 10 years ago, then maybe. But
plus, you have like all the artists I like are too bright for Snyder. Yeah, that's true. You have to have one that captures that like that feeling of Snyder's movies. You know, it's kind of funny. I was having a debate with someone. They still said that I was having a debate with a good friend of mine. She was saying that Man of Steel 2 is a dark and depressing movie. Nick, I know you disagree with that one. She's like, Superman was too moody.
Okay.
Man of Steel, not BVS. Man of Steel.
Oh! I thought you were talking about BVS because I was about to say
Because I told her, okay, you may have a point with BVS, but Man of Steel, oh my gosh, yes, Clay Mann. He was the one who's the artist for Tom King's half-good Batman run.
Superman.
Why do you keep bringing that run up?
Superman at worst in Man of Steel was uncertain. He was unsure of himself, and you could say he lacked confidence in himself. But that is the worst you can say about him in that movie.
What's funny, speaking of BVS, so I'm reading John Byrne's Man of Steel book, and the last issue, do you know what Superman does? Remember in BVS where everyone complained about Superman going onto like an ice mountain because he thought that humanity didn't accept him? He literally does that in the book.
Yeah, there were a lot of
my challenge to anyone who says that Superman was too moody in Man of Steel, just show them the first flight scene. Like, seriously.
That is legit. And also, here's the thing.
He's smiling. He's laughing.
This is where I got her. I said, have you read Post-Crisis Superman? Not even New 52. Post-Crisis Superman. Because anyone
which by the way, which people consider Post-Crisis Superman the modern quintessential Superman, by the way.
Yeah. The Post-Crisis Superman is not the Christopher Reeve Superman. He's the Zack Snyder Superman.
I will play devil's advocate because a lot of people want to use the DCU as a template in a lot of ways.
Even he was Post-Crisis Superman.
He was essentially Post-Crisis. No, there was a little bit of...
Okay.
Let me finish.
I would argue... okay, go ahead.
There was a little bit of Golden Age Superman in Superman the Animated Series. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I would say it was kind of a kind of more of his Silver Age, like his 50s and 60s incarnation.
Yeah. Okay.
I argue Silver Age, but by the end, he was mind controlled by Darkseid. He was betrayed and attacked the planet. This is full post-crisis Superman. By the time we get to Justice League,
no, but 100%, and that's my problem with a lot of fans. They seem to think that Superman has always reflected the Christopher Reeves version of Superman, and I'm like, objectively, no, he hasn't. It's not like interpretation. He hasn't.
Do we need to pull out the Death of Superman mullet with guns?
The Death of Superman, period.
No, the image of him with all those
in
guns.
the black suit, mind you.
I am a man. Oh, come on.
I hope. Let's say James Gunn does the Death of Superman down the line. Can we get the black suit with the jet boots and the mullet, please?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be practical.
Just for one movie or like one scene, so we can get that homage. No.
The reason why Superman was using jet boots and guns is because he wasn't back at full power yet.
Yeah. I'm saying third act of the Reign of the Superman movie, or no, Return of Superman movie.
I'm sorry, it's just the idea. Like I love the idea of just Superman just using guns. And
by the way,
it's just such a
Even Tyler Hoechlin has been very dark in terms of being Superman. He hasn't been.
They
love him.
And the thing is, the Tyler Hoechlin, he for a long time, he wore the 38 suit. Like for a long time, he literally wore the original Superman suit from 1938. You know, so they were going way back.
And they love that. And by the way, it wasn't a long time. It was in 2 episodes. He wore it in like the intro episode and then the flashback episode. But people were, and that's why I got annoyed.
It's just the nostalgia of it all.
Oh, and mind you, he didn't have trunks. He didn't have trunks.
Wait, they didn't use.
You know how hard it is to craft as a costume design? Oh my god.
They had it in the 38 suit, but then as soon as he's in his more modern suit, trunkless. But yes, nobody hate on him, but he's pretty much. And by the way, the creators of the show, the showrunners, have been very vocal. We were inspired by Zack Snyder's Superman.
I mean, for example, look at the original Supergirl suit that Melissa Benoist wear. That is straight out of Man of Steel.
Yeah, that is 100%. Or even the sort of nano suit that she wears, that looks like it comes straight from Man of Steel. I'm like,
But no,
I
her
got news.
original suit, like literally, if she walked onto Zack Snyder's Justice League, that would be the suit she would be wearing.
The only difference, and I agree with you, is that there would be the S crest would be a little more ornate with like the Kryptonian writing on the S crest and everything. But I get what you're saying.
But like
does look
the blue, blue fabric, it almost looks like they use the exact same fabric.
It looks like it. And by the way, remember, Krypton was supposed to be the Man of Steel prequel, and it used the Man of Steel S in the show.
I want to go back to Spider-Man 7285.
Yeah.
At 130. Did the camo art style?
Oh.
At 132 131.
Yeah, sorry, you said you want to go back to Spider-Man. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was full of costume and animation. At least like Dwayne Capizzi.
The animation was stilted. I mean, yeah, the fight choreography was decent in most of the films. But
you do realize these are Saturday morning cartoons in the 90s.
No, you said the camo, not DCAU.
Oh, okay. That honestly, these were straight to video releases. These weren't like theatrical cuts. These are straight to video. We're lucky we got the quality we did.
If Netflix is doing an animation, they are going to make it look very good. They're not gonna essentially settle for DeCamo and DCAU quality. No, it's gonna look gorgeous.
Depends on how much Zaslav's cutting back.
No, but I'm saying if Netflix,
if it landed at Amazon, I would be worried because some
Invincible?
of Amazon's animate. Well, actually, it's like the boy. Like they have like one art style for their animation because like Invincible looks the same thing, same. It looks exactly the same as The Boys.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that kind of like I don't know, like that kind of art style. So if it went into Amazon, it'd look exactly the same as that. Netflix, at least, they do have an eye for quality with their animation. Castlevania, Love, Death, and Robots, Arcane, a lot of their original animations.
Cyberpunk,
really.
I love.
I mean, they got Studio Trigger. They got a full blown anime studio to do that one. So,
that's what I'm saying. But really, going back to our discussion on Superman, it's like, and that's why I tell people the Superman you want was wiped out in Crisis.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What if they got someone like Studio Trigger or Production IG, which Production ID did like a lot of the Ghost in the Shell stuff, like a full-blown anime studio to handle the Zax, like... So,
it would look very gorgeous. The action scenes would look amazing.
Like, for example, if they got Studio Trigger, the guys who did Edge Runners, that's not going to say it's going to look like Edge Runners, because they're a full-blown established anime studio that does lots of... Or Gynax. Well, I don't think Gynax.
Nice one. JJheat brings up an interesting point. Technically, the Superman that they want was killed by Superboy Prime. Nick, are you aware of what happened on that story?
No, I'm kind
all
of
right.
confused.
So it was Infinite Crisis, and you had so Superboy Prime, I've explained, is like the Superman
the
without
the thing that every Superman fan brings out in fight to give these to win,
basically.
So what happened was, he was fighting Golden Age Superman and post-Crisis Superman, and Golden Age Superman was at first aligned with Alexander Luthor because they promised a perfect world. Here's the thing, though. Our Superman said, okay, that's BS because a perfect world doesn't need Superman. So that was the point he brought up, and that immediately snapped him out. But anyway, so it took 30 Green Lanterns and 2 Supermen to beat Superboy Prime, but not before Superboy Prime punched the crap and killed Golden Age Superman.
Well, technically, they were on a planet full of kryptonite. So Earth.
They were on Mogo. But it essentially created kryptonite. Yeah, I got that. But remember, Superboy Prime was not affected by kryptonite, I don't think.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. All that. This is
so that's why Gundam Wing looks a lot like that is why Gundam Wing looks so much like Batman animated series. Like, have you guys seen Gundam Wing? The art style, as soon as he said that, I actually kind of made the mental connection in my head for the first time. Like, Gun and Wing actually does look a lot like Batman in the series. Like this is literally the first time I thought about it, but now that I'm have the images side by side, yeah, you can see the connection.
And by the way, Lawrence, no, it happened pre-New 52 in Infinite Crisis.
2005.
Which, by the way, that's my favorite Crisis. I love that storyline so much.
You want to know what? Isn't there like a moment in Blackest Night where they have to kill Golden Age Superman again?
Yeah, and by the way, Dave, yeah it's BS because he won't come back unless it's Nolan. That's actually that's a good pun. I like that, Nick. But yeah, it's not gonna essentially be that, because guess what? He said he won't come. He'll be like a cameo, but he's not gonna be like the most I can see Bale being is a cameo if it's him. It's not gonna be. He's not gonna be the main DCU Batman. He's just not.
I see. The best we can hope for is when they eventually do Crisis on Infinite Earths. I could see them bringing him back to come back as the Dark Knight, when they go to the Dark Knight universe.
Oh yeah, that'd be so
as it gets
cool.
erased by the screaming skies of death.
And I'd be like, yeah, and then we see and we see essentially Talia's grave being disintegrated, and I'm like, thank God, get that not Talia off my universe.
Oh, okay. By the way, there's going to be a shot where you see a person who you can tell is Clark Kent goes up to a grave. It pans around. It's Tim Daly, and he's looking down. It's like, we miss you every day, man. And just as the wave's coming in, you see it's Bruce Wayne's grave.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And it's basically, and it's basically implied that it's the Batman, the Superman. It's the DCAU.
That would be so
Superman,
cool.
Because it's Tim Daly as Clark Kent, and he's going to Bruce's grave.
It's him and Susan Eisenberg.
And then you see like a little thing. It's like Bruce, and it's Kevin Conroy, and because remember, this Crisis on Infinite Earths was probably gonna happen in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like I could totally see them doing that, like a 30-second kind of thing as like a tribute to Kevin Conroy and the DCAU. You know.
And yes, I am hyped for the Flash. Watch the Flash if you want there to be if you want to be more of a chance of the Snyderverse returning.
I could see that as that. I hate to cut you off, but I could see that as a whole tribute piece where you have the entire original DCAU voice acting cast do like a quick live action.
That's gonna be kind of hard because the voice actor for the Flash is Michael Rosenbaum, the guy who plays Lex Luthor on Smallville.
Multiverse. So it's not on the same Earth.
It's just. I'm sorry, but like
well, you can have him in the suit. Have him in the suit.
Wait. Just have two separate scenes.
No. How crazy would it be if in Flashpoint you see Michael Rosenbaum as a Flash? You know, and it's like he's in the suit and whatnot.
Michael Rosenbaum becomes the DCAU, the DCU Flash. How weird would that be?
I mean, he's no Grant Gustin, but I'll take him.
Okay,
I just don't see Grant Gustin.
Come on, you.
Why did you say that name?
Rob, you set me up. You literally set me up for the joke. You literally set me up for it.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Nick, here's an oldie for you.
Ready the Armada.
We will use the old ways.
If John Wesley Shipp does not show up in Flashpoint, I will be mad.
Yeah. Do you guys think there's any chance of him continuing as the Batman?
Okay. You know what? I'm probably gonna cringe saying this. The only way I would see Batfleck in any capacity, unless you pretty much use him as a stand-in for Thomas Wayne, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
Flashpoint.
I'm not gonna say it.
Flashpoint.
No. If they're gonna do Thomas Wayne, it has to be Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do anything that the Snyder were set up. I would love for that to happen.
See, the problem is having Affleck as Thomas Wayne would just be confusion.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Why? It's perfect because it's literally just an older.
But the audience knows Ben Affleck is Batman, as Bruce Wayne. It's not going to work. Do you think there's any chance? I think 0.1%.
Okay, here's a great cameo. Okay, imagine it's Brave and the Bold, and you have the Joker, and the first person he kills, you don't see him, and then he goes down. He has a smile, and it's Mark Hamill.
No.
No.
Why?
No. Don't want that.
No.
I don't want it because it annoys you. But by the way, Nick.
That's crossing the line.
What? You don't want Mark Hamill to make a cameo as in a Batman movie?
Because that's just forced.
Very. Now, if you were doing a multiverse with DCU Joker, I could see it.
I mean, like they've had past actors come back and play characters. I mean, heck, BVS they use the original Jimmy Olsen.
But here's the thing: they weren't going animated to live action. People would be like, "Why is Mark Hamill in this movie?"
They had Kevin Conroy in the Crisis on Infinite Earth.
He wasn't playing that Batman. I can go all day, Nick.
I can too.
That was set up so well.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Freaking love that music. That's what she said. JJheat puts in the chat. Yeah, Nick, that's different. But honestly, for Affleck coming back, either Snyderverse, animated, even animated, because I guarantee you he would do the voice for animated, or Christ on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, I mean he did play the Trickster in the Flash. Imagine if Mark Hamill was the Trickster in Flashpoint.
And then no one would want that.
No. Okay, let's play devil's advocate.
To be fair, they basically played him as the Joker in the Flash TV show,
which annoyed me.
The bad and
I don't know.
Carry on.
I don't know that like there's that one probably my favorite scene with him is they had like the son of the Trickster, and they even did a "You are my father" scene, and it's just
it's yeah.
I mean, you literally have Mark Hamill. I mean, he's playing the Trickster, but he's using his Joker voice to do it.
Okay, all right. So new Joker pretty much beats the crap out of Mark Hamill's Trickster. You are never very funny. You give all clowns everywhere a bad name, and that's coming from me.
Also, if you want to talk about bad references, there's literally a scene in Batman the Animated Series where Joker says, "May the floss be with you."
Oh god damn it!
That literally happens.
You're not helping.
Roll the clip.
All right, hang on. Where is it? Oh yeah. I'm so glad I kept that.
Hey, I'm not making that up. That actually happened in the animated series.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That just made no sense.
That worked better when we were talking when we said we could do this all day. That worked better for that. But
that would have actually fit, unlike now.
It would have been funny if it wasn't so pathetic. Oh, what the heck! I'll laugh anyway.
Oh, Constantine, you little magical doll. Jared,
Oh, shove it up your ass, you bloody wanker.
Oh, you such a trickster. Let's shake on it.
Didn't you get the memo?
Dude, we're having a thing here.
No, I know. But
he's doing his Constantine, I'm doing my Joker.
I need a voice I can do. Jeez.
Oh yes, Batsy. You definitely need a voice because remember, madness is the emergency exit. You can step aside, close the door, and all those dreadful things.
Where's the trigger? Where is he?
Oh, Batsy, you really need a lozenge. The throat of yours it's going to give you cancer someday.
And I thought
it is crazy how good I do that voice.
Yeah, it is.
Do you bleed?
Lawrence, please highlight.
What is going on? It's no different than any stream we do. No one knows.
Well, Lawrence, here is what is going on. Madness is what's going on because I am the Joker and he is John Constantine, and we're just going crazy.
I'm over here, you bloody bastard. Oh,
Oh,
bloody!
it's just a joke.
This is the
Get a
fortress
clue.
all over again.
All right. I thought it was getting a bit toasty in here.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
You're
Batsy,
despicable.
We all know that, Batsy. We all know you're a big deal.
Oh, get a
someone-
bloody room.
You stole my thunder! How dare you, you marvelous magician of cheap tricks!
I don't know what that's supposed to go for, but okay.
That to borrow his over-the-pond nomenclature.
Where's that
He's a kid.
Harlequin you never see? Oh, that's right. Deep in Arkham after your another hail makers.
I'll have you know that Harley is currently in my personal Arkham suite.
All right. So I've made an executive decision. We're going to do a stream where you guys are just going to be in these voices, just going to be you two going back and forth because this is hilarious.
I am. Oh,
I need to get a voice. I need to get a Batman voice.
We are going to have so much fun.
I
am
see,
so
hang
okay
on.
with that.
I need to grab a Batman book so I can try out a Batman voice. Quick.
Wait. I'm gonna switch things up. You know, Batman.
If that's your best Batman, you're not fooling anyone.
That's a really crappy Batman.
No, I'm not doing Batman. I've got your scent, Constantine. I'm gonna hunt you down. Eat your bones.
If I had a bloody nickel for every time I dealt with a demon, get in line.
Oh, Constantine, that was my friend Killer Croc. He just wanted to give you a boner.
It's the PG-13 show, Joker.
I'm talking about the skeleton variety. No need to have your mind in the gutter.
Okay.
I turned down the threesome with Zatanna for this.
Hey, Joker, if your plans are so great, how come they always fail?
Maybe I want them to fail.
That makes no sense. But then again, it's the
Of course
Joker.
it is. It's madness.
All right. I have a Batman internal monologue pulled out that I'm going to try. This may be a really crappy version of Batman, but because I don't want to be laughed out and I want to try out. Hey, what's up, Retro? I might as well try it out. All right. So this is Clark. This is Bruce internal monologue as he beats the crap out of Clark in Batman Hush. By the way, first off, Jim Lee art. Just want to put that on there with the kryptonite ring.
Now that's going to be a rant when we get to Hush.
Oh, yes. Pika's going to go nuts for that one. All right, so I'm going to do my thing. Are you ready? All right, here goes nothing. If Clark wanted to, he could use his super speed and squish me into the cement. But I know how he thinks. Even more than the kryptonite, he's got one big weakness. Deep down, Clark's essentially a good person. And deep down, I'm not. Not bad. I mean, I can't do the really deep Batman voice, I don't think.
Hold on. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Now it's just turning into the impression show, which we have to do an impression show.
I'm trying to look up the
Why settle for John Wick when you got the original right here?
I'm trying to look for that speech that Jim Gordon does in Hush.
30 seconds left. The boy is trembling. Not that much older than I was when. He's probably just as terrified of me as he is of what's happening. He made me think about Clark and how he'd handle the situation. Not just the bending steel and flying out. Clark could smile, that Boy Scout thing. and then say something homespun and put the boy at ease. But the boy doesn't have Clark. He has me in my city, Gotham City. It's better that way. I mean, I'm trying to go for like an intimidating, like deep voice, but I can't do
You're
the.
probably better off with Nightwing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna change it up. I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? Wait, no. I'm gonna go back to my real voice. I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off.
All right, Nick, I have a challenge for you.
Jeez, that was midline.
Do Batman Who Laughs.
There's not much of a difference.
I was doing the Dark Knight speech and you just interrupted me.
Sorry. What's this? I'm
basically looking up like Dark Knight Joker quotes. I'm gonna do them as like my version.
Serial. I'm trying to find because there's a good Superman. I'm gonna try my hand at being Clark. Hang on. Let me see here.
Okay. While you're doing that,
yeah, go ahead.
Do you know why I use a knife? Guns are too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions in, you see, the last moments. People show you who they really are. So in a way, I know your friends better than you ever did. Would you like to know which of them were cowards?
Nice. So to set up the scene, I'm doing Clark and Bruce are tracking down the Batman Who Laughs, and they've just walked into his Batcave. All right. So I'm being Superman now.
Okay.
You know, I always thought of your Batcave as a glimpse into your mind. The first time you brought me there, I saw the dinosaur, the giant penny, the collection of Batmobiles, mementos of your past victories and failures. It shows me how sentimental you are. You mean, and then Bruce goes, you mean human? And then Clark goes, I mean, you are nothing like the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh. Okay, I got another Dark Knight one. You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets a knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and says, "Why so serious?" Comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth. "Let's put a smile on that face."
Do you think they're rolling into these Elseworlds? I don't think they're going to do Constantine. I think they're going to do
He's got a
Elseworlds.
million of them, hardly.
So
the only thing the Joker cares about is himself.
This is Superman.
Excuse me a moment. I'll be just a minute. Sometimes you just take it from those who don't get the joke.
Hang on, I got a good one. I'm gonna be Hal Jordan.
Oh boy,
this is Hal Jordan and Barry Allen doing the good cop, bad cop routine. All right, so let me just make sure the context is there. All right, I don't feel well. Okay, so the criminal goes, I don't feel well. I want out of here, and Hal goes, and I want to get you out of here, weapons master. I want to turn you over to the authorities with a note, compliments of the Justice League. But I can't. Why not? Because the Flash is pissed, and this is his city, and you in that suit of yours did a lot of damage. If it wasn't for me, he'd already be in there vibrating his hand through your brain to get answers and turn into mush. The Flash can do that? Oh, yeah, but it leaves the victim, I mean the perp, stuck wearing adult diapers for the rest of his life. Just ask the mongoose. Who?
Never go for the head. Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Do us
I'm sorry,
a favor.
That was perfect.
Yeah, do us both a favor. Tell the Flash what he wants to know. I've got enough to clean up. The Flash shows up. All right, weapons master, you better talk, or Or
you
what?
You know what I've always wondered?
I
Why
wasn't done
hasn't
yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Or I'm going to get really upset. I'll tell you. I'm not telling you anything. And then Hal Jordan goes, "Great. Now we gotta call her." Wonder Woman shows up. I thought you were the bad cop. And he
Well,
goes,
there's bad cop.
and she goes,
and then
You
that's
know,
worse.
you know what I've always, you know what I've always.
wait.
been
I'm almost done.
always-
I'm almost done. One more line. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Screw you. Hard way it is. Go ahead.
You know what I've always wondered? Why has the Flash never been arrested? You would think with his name and his thing, people would want to arrest him for indecent exposure.
Nice. All right. So
Get it? Because he's the Flash.
what comic is that from? It sounds familiar. By the way, guys, we are going to do audio comics, so let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in, and maybe you guys can lend a voice to any of our characters.
I mean, you know, I'm doing the Joker. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, you're doing the Joker. He's doing Constantine. I'll do Superman or someone like that.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I
what's-
don't think I can
okay.
do Batman.
I still say you make a decent Nightwing.
Okay, do I have a Nightwing thing I can try out? I don't think I have Nightwing books.
I have a. Let me 1 second. I'm gonna try this out because I have Nightwing books because of course I do.
Of course you do, yeah. I got it. Also in Hush.
Oh, a tie-in issue. Okay.
No, it was part of the Hush event. Let me go to here. It's where Nightwing is basically talking to Bruce and telling him how good Selena is for him. Let me get there. I have to open up my book.
Oh, I forgot I had this. My God, the art looks good.
Hey Nick, can you do a Jason Todd?
I'd have to find the voice, but yeah, I probably.
You think that's what this is about? That you let me die? Bruce, I forgive
All right.
you.
All right, so I'm going to start reading something, and let's see if you guys can guess where this is from.
Batman No Man's Land.
No, but I will give you a hint. Batman is in this comic.
Is he a main character?
One of them.
Okay.
There's
Detective
one good
Comics.
thing- Oh, dear God. There's one good thing about murderers. You don't feel bad about taking a cheap shot at them. Like getting good momentum from a 30-foot drop and driving your heel straight into a murderer's kidney. Shouldn't cause too much damage. 6 months in a hospital, and he'll be ready to face the judge. Impossible. This Al. He should be just a side of crippled, but he pivots expertly, delivering a kick of his own that makes air leave Batman in a rush. Kick him off balance. Don't bother to catch your breath. Press the attack. It's like punching a brick wall, like kicking a slab of concrete. Yet still he misses. Like a man, Al dies. He breathes like a man. What is he made of? Can you guess where this is from?
No.
Sounds familiar.
I mean, there's some pretty big hints in what I said.
Okay. Can I have an...
Oh, the Batman Spawn crossover.
I don't remember that one. Nice. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my hand.
You've never read this?
No, I've read it. Just it's been a while.
Written by Frank Miller, drawn by Todd McFarlane.
I have the hardcover, dude.
I have softcover.
That's what she said.
Thank you, JJheat.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a bit floppy. Wait, no, I get. Oh, that leaves me. Oh, I was feeling a bit. Okay, I can. Oh, I'm just feeling a bit floppy, I guess.
I'm gonna try Bruce Wayne again. All right. All right. Thanks a lot. All this. Okay, so here's first I have to establish it. It's Alfred. I can't do a British accent, so I'm just going to read it. All this hate coming from someone you don't even know. I wonder if we'll ever figure out who he is. Not to, and now I'm being Batman. Not to sound not to sound like people think I do, Alfred, but I'm Batman. I knew the Joker's name 1 week after we met. What? We'll help however we can. Okay, so where is that? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how this flows because of the world. Okay, so no one can ever know his name, Alfred, because if the world knows it, his family will never be left alone. The press will find them. The Joker will find them. So yes, I know his name, but the Joker's name isn't what's important. It's never been. Kind of an improvement, maybe? Anyone? I never knew there was a hardcover of that comic. It just came out, Dave the Impaler. They reprinted it because the new one came out, which I have 2 copies of.
I diapered your bottom. I bloody well ought to, sir.
Nice.
All right,
That's
okay.
how you do an Alfred impression.
Right. Well, wait, I'm sorry. Well, crap, I'm trying to find a British voice. Bloody wanker? No. Okay, I can do like the low class British accents, but like the higher class ones, I can't. I can do like a lot of the lower, kind of ones. Like I could probably do a Constantine if I really wanted to, but like
Some tea, Master Nicholas?
Okay, so Nick, give me an impression of Damien.
Ooh.
Bruce out. Crap. You're putting me on the spot here. Just remember that.
No, I know. And by the way, actually, no, I got a better one. Give me an impression.
I do best with like really dark and evil voices. Like I can do villains. Like for example, Ready the Armada. We'll use the old ways.
That's actually not bad.
I don't need some
Exactly
insipid costume and a bird name. I'm well beyond your kind of simplistic training, as you saw tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna do Skeet. Wait,
if Damien was a member of the British royal family, then yes, I could see that working.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I have the 52 omnibus, and I'm going to be.
God.
Yes. Look at this. So.
Oh, I got to do this line.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tell me, do you bleed?
You will. Good. There you go. So I'm gonna be Skeets. Skeets. Hyping up Booster Gold. Are you ready? Booster Gold, ladies and gentlemen. He's from the future. How cool is that? And even though Booster's way too honest to say it, I'm not ashamed to speak up and tell you this man is the fresh new face of superheroics.
You know, it is just that same attitude that keeps you on the sidelines.
I'm the superhero you've never heard of.
Who wants tofu? Wait, no. I'm trying to think. Who wants tofu waffles? Slade was right. You don't have any. Okay, I'm trying to think. No, that's not what. There's no meat in tofu. It's okay. I'm trying like crap.
Give yourself a minute, Nick.
Wakey. Tofu, eggs, and bakey. Oh crap! I'm like, because I'm trying to do Beast Boy, and he's got that kind of like it's both high pitched but like down pitched at the same time. See?
Hey Raven, some tofu filled with tofu-y goodness.
I got one.
Wait, no! I gotta do this. I appreciate the fact that you eat meat, but please respect the fact that I don't eat fake meat. Like I said, the darker voices I can just do instantly, but
I got
like
one.
the weirder ones.
I'm gonna do Injustice Superman.
Oh, that's too easy. But go
I
on.
protect them. I give them I give them protection, but do they appreciate it? No, they whine, complain. If they want to see chaos, I'll give it to them.
We're not gods. We don't decide who lives or who dies.
Let me see.
It is mine. It became mine when Joker turned me into a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
And see.
Excellent. That works.
Because all that, because all that's good for, huh? Smile, look pretty, say my lines, whoop, whoop, whoop. Now go fuck Shamu in the blowhole. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can do whatever the F I want.
Yes, thank you.
I censored myself for this. Okay, I hear you. You are dark. And I kind of like it. You guys are real heroes. We're just glad we... Okay, I'm trying to do Homelander.
Tell me, do you ever think you'll love again? Maybe next time you won't kill your next family.
Here, I'll do Homelander. Great. It's so great. You guys are the real heroes.
Oh, you Taja. Go. I know that if I tried hard enough, I could do Billy Butcher, but like
I think I can do it. Let me try this. All right, so Homelander goes, "What have you done?" And then Butcher goes, "Scorched earth." I can't do that. Damn it. I can't see. It's so I can't do other nationality accents. We'll do a
no. I gotta do this one. Eventually, probably soon, the world will recognize you for the pitiable disappointment you are. You are not worthy of my respect. You are not a god. You are simply bad product. Okay, that was nowhere near Stan Ager, but I think I did okay.
That's good, but it takes a.
I said it too fast. I said it too fast.
Plus, it's Giancarlo Esposito. You're not gonna
be able to reach that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to meet that guy so bad.
Yeah, that would be so good. Let me see.
Oh, come on, that's an obvious one.
What? It's Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman.
No.
Wonder Woman in the Snyderverse.
Guess again.
Goku?
Close.
Lannisters don't act like fools.
Wait, hang on, Nick. I'm trying to guess this. Avatar?
Nope.
I don't watch Dragon Ball. Remember
that can be literally, dude. That can be literally anything.
I know, right? Like you're not helping.
It's a catchphrase. All right.
Again, that can literally be anything.
Yeah. All right. Here's a more obvious one. It's more of a time.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Which one?
Okay, Lawrence guessed it. Lawrence got it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Also, I want to note that Lawrence guessed it before JJheat just said it's morphing time. So Lawrence was ahead of the ball. I want to give him the credit. All right,
you get the credit.
Okay. All right, here's where is it? You're gonna say something clever. Go on. Say okay. I can't because like Tywin's got that. I was gonna try to do Tywin Lannister.
Let's see. One more.
You're not gonna say something clever. Then I'm not a dwarf. Oh, my father will be pleased to hear it. Given enough of time, even a cripple can ride.
All right. I think I got some. Eyes, lungs, pancreas. So many sacks, so little time.
That's probably the best you've done. That's probably the best you've done so far. I'll give you that.
That's Venom.
Is that hand?
It's Venom.
Huh.
When he first turns into Venom, he goes, eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many sacks, so little time. You'll just be an armless, faceless, legless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind. What, you feel me? The hell are you? We are Venom.
All right, I can top it. Okay, actually, JJheat, me and you were JJheat, me and you were about to do a collab. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put something in private chat,
and then we'll wrap up because it's getting late. By the way,
you're gonna be Batman. I'm gonna be Darkseid.
And by the way, are you doing? Wait. First, before you do this, I know what you're doing, but
I posted in the chat. So
what we're gonna do for a fun stream one day, we'll just take like a select. We'll take comics and read them as the characters, and we'll essentially improv.
All right, let's just give them this prop as a taste, right quick.
Yeah.
All right, JJheat, you're Batman. I'm Darkseid.
Go ahead.
It's over, Darkseid. Even you must realize the folly of being a king without a kingdom.
I doubt the battle between the Kryptonians will bring such destruction?
I'm not talking about them. Your armory, the Hellspores, they've been activated.
Impossible. The arming code is encrypted.
I broke the code and reprogrammed them.
You're bluffing.
Omega Lambda X7XL9. That sound like a bluff to you?
There's another one after that. No, there's another one of your lines after that.
Oh.
It says Dark Side RE. That's it. It ends after that.
Yeah, that's no, and then
there's no other lines, Nick.
Oh crap! I guess there was. Let me do the rest of them.
While he does that,
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop it.
oh yeah, I lost it. I had it at the Venom one. The Venom one would have worked.
One Hellspore could turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off simultaneously?
You dare! I could destroy you with a single blast of my Omega beams.
You could, but that wouldn't stop the Hellspores, would it?
You will disarm them.
Here's the deal. Release the girl, and give your word that you'll leave her alone. Your word.
Well played.
That was excellent. I love that.
That was not my best dark side, but you know,
not my best. All right, I want to try this again. All right, I'm gonna channel my Venom one and try and do that excellent Venom voice for Darkseid, because I think that worked.
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop at nothing to possess it. Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
Better. It could use some work.
Yeah, it could use some work. I was trying to, because I think the Venom voice I was doing earlier could have easily translated to Darkseid, just I didn't really have it on there.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll do a stream where like you guys can like recommend a comic. We'll read it and we'll do stuff, and then we'll like go back and forth and have fun improv. So
I hope you appreciate, Kal-El, that everything that happens from this point on is on your head. The skies will rain fire, the oceans will boil, the streets will run red with the blood of billions.
Okay.
After your last pitiful hope is extinguished.
Okay, your dark side's better than mine, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah, there you go.
Can we redo that scene? But I'll be Batman.
All right,
no, we have to end the stream.
Come on, just right quick.
No, this will be the last thing.
Fine.
I'm just all right. It's over. It's over, Darkseid. Even you must realize the folly. Wait, it's over. Oh, crap.
Take your time.
That's what she said.
It's over, Darkseid.
Damn it, Jared.
It's over. It's over, Darkseid. Even you must realize the folly of being a king without a kingdom.
I doubt the battle between the Kryptonians will bring about such destruction.
I'm not talking about them. Your armory, the Hellspores, they've been activated.
Impossible. The arming code is encrypted.
I broke the code and reprogrammed them.
You're bluffing.
Omega 7 Landon XL9. That sound like a bluff to you? One Hellspore can turn an entire planet into a fire pit. What'll happen to Apocalypse when 500 go off simultaneously?
You dare! You dare!
You got another line.
I could destroy you with a single blast of my Omega beams.
You could. But that wouldn't stop the Hellspores, wouldn't it?
You will disarm them.
Here's the deal. Release the girl and give your word you'll leave her alone. Forswear, Kara Zor-El. Say it.
Well played. If the Kryptonian and the Amazons made that gamble, they would have lost.
Nice. All right, so I found the Nightwing part. So,
all right,
let's see if my Nightwing is halfway decent. All right. Look, this may be none of my damn business, and I know you think I'm against you going out with a former known thief or whatever she was. Anyway, I'm not against it. Bruce, I've known you too long. I came down to the cave expecting to find you draped in shadows, cut off from everyone, including yourself. You've lost an old friend. I get it. But there's something different about you. Good different. If she makes you happy, great. Except every relationship you've ever had with a woman, either as Bruce or Batman, has gotten screwed up because you didn't tell her about you being either Bruce or Batman. My point is, tell her. Hell, you've known each other so long, she probably already knows. Yeah, Bruce, you're right.
No. Let me do that part.
Okay.
You're right.
Really?
It's none of your dang business.
No. It's you're right. I say really, and then you go. It's none of your damn business. They go. All right. So we'll do this again. All right. Hell, you've known each other so long. She probably already knows.
You're right.
Really?
Yes. It is none of your damn business.
Okay, I think I like doing Nightwing. That works. I think I got my guy. I have to play Nightwing.
Even I must agree with Master Richard. You and Selena have become.
Bird Boy, I think you've got to sit and ring to it.
All right.
Bomber Boy Wonder it is.
There's one more I want to do. Where can I find the Red Hood speech where he goes, Bruce, I forgive you for letting me die?
I'm doing what you won't. I'm taking them out.
Okay.
I'm doing what you won't. I'm taking them out.
Yeah, that's good.
You think that's what this is about? That you let me die?
Hang on.
Bruce, I forgive you for not saving
you want to know what my
Got
favorite
it.
moment?
But why?
Okay, before you say that,
yeah.
By the way, we need to do Under Red Hood for a movie night at some point.
Oh, hell yes.
My favorite moment is like right after he like goes against like the Fearsome Five, and he says, "I gotta hand it to you, like working with you, like where he starts he becomes a kid again for like a moment, where it's
nostalgia.
Like and it's like you can tell he doesn't like he still loves Batman, he still loves Bruce. Like basically everything he's done has been out of love. It's like and that's what I love about the movie. His motivations come from a place of love. His hate is born out of love. Where he says like, I thought you would, it's like he feels betrayed. It's just, that's why I love it, is because it would be so easy to make Jason this whiny, like just vengeance, but they give it such nuance and such depth that the fact that all of his anger, his rage, his bitterness, everything comes from love.
And what's actually really interesting about that, Nick, is that in Arkham, he actually because Batman at the end of the game, he gives himself up to Scarecrow, and you know who comes to save him? Red Hood. That was such a great moment. Batman Theater. That's what we're gonna call it. We're calling it Batman Theater. That works.
But what if we start? What if we start doing other non-Batman comics?
That's true. Comics Theater. That's what we'll do. And then we can do Marvel. We can do DC.
Can the first thing we do be Killing Joke?
Okay, we can kind of do. We need a girl to play Barbara. I'll be Batman. I can ask
Nerdette.
Yeah, I was about to say I can ask Nerdette if she wants to be Barbara Gordon.
I'll
play Batman. You would obviously be Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are the major characters in the comics.
Those are major characters, as opposed to the movie where it's like they add in a bunch of useless characters.
You are never gonna let that go, are you? They literally added that bat cess for padding.
No, it's not just bat cess. The whole first half of the movie has nothing to do with the Killing Joke.
I mean, he is right. I mean, I'll give. And as much as
Nick is on my side on this one.
Yeah. Well, as far as the padding is concerned, like I think people kind of go overboard with their hatred of bat cess, but I will on this portion of it being padding, having nothing to do with the problem, then that portion we are in agreement.
Yeah, and we could do. What's a good Superman story we could do?
Up in the Sky, Superman versus the Elite,
All Star.
As far as Spider-Man, we could do the night. We can do the night when Stacy died.
Death of.
Yeah.
Would the Clone Saga be too big of a project?
No.
I mean, honestly, if we're gonna do like an all-star project where we bring in everybody, it's got to be Crisis.
Oh
Crisis on Infinite Earths is like our big project where we like call in a bunch of favors, and it's like cameos by everyone.
Mhm.
That would be that project.
And they would totally do it. We could do Green Lantern because I want to do Green Lantern. All right, so here's what we're gonna do.
What if we I can see this being a project that eventually gets spun off into its own channel. Imagine when we're doing our Green Lantern project, we get EVS to do a voice.
Oh, I would so ask him. I'm not sure. Or we'll sign it to. Oh, by the way, yeah, Spider-Man himself says the Clone Saga was trash. They had me do what?
Or imagine we're doing like a voiceover for Punisher thing, and we get Mike Barron to do like an incidental voice.
He plays Microchip, which for those of you that don't know, he invented that character. So, all right. So I got a couple of things I want to go over before we log off. So there's no movie night this week because it's my birth weekend. I have some plans to hang out with my friends. So
next week, it's your party and you can cry if you want to.
Okay. So next week we're going to cover 2 movies: Superman versus the Elite, and then a Batman versus Robin. So we're going to do a non-Decamu and Decamu just because it doesn't take us that long to really talk about the movies.
Also, the week after that is my pick, and I'm going to announce it.
Do you want to announce it now, or do you want to just...
Yes,
because it's 2 weeks.
We are canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And,
by the way, JHeat, at some point I want you to do the cancel the apocalypse speech.
Oh yes, please. So what we're gonna do?
Okay. I got this. We are gonna watch Pacific Rim.
Yes.
AKA the closest we will ever get to having a live action Neon Genesis Evangelion movie.
True. So, and then, as opposed to our theater, drop us like a comment on this or on the email or social media what books you would want us to cover. You know, Tevy's going to bring in Super Sons, but hell, if you guys want to do it,
imagine if we start doing movies and like we actually do the Snyderverse stuff.
So we essentially do our own version of Project Justice League. But
no, with that basically, I would play it like a radio play kind of thing, or
that's the way I would kind of do like any of these is we do a radio play essentially, and then we like add in like grunts like and stuff when we're fighting and stuff.
I mean, honestly, I could see this kind of being a thing where like we do a live stream and then we pay an editor to kind of like put in the voices, and then like sound effects to make it all sound good.
Yeah, Sinestro Core War, that could be fun.
Ooh,
hell yes. All right, I call Hal Jordan. JHeat, you can be Kyle Rayner because I know that my good friend Nick wants to play Guy Gardner.
It fits.
Who's gonna play Jon Stewart?
I'll do both.
All right, whatever. Shin Gojo's the closest thing to live action Evangelion, but okay. All right.
I mean, to be fair, Shin Godzilla was actually directed by the guy who did Evangelion, so.
And what we can do Injustice.
Let's build up to that because that's 5 years worth of comics. Come on.
Well, we can do. Okay.
Let's see here. War games. We can do Batman War games.
Let's start with smaller storylines. Like what we could just do as a concept is we could do the first issue of Batman Hush. I'll type up a script based in the comic, and then we'll go off of that.
No, well, we can do Killing Joke first because you wanted to start small. That small.
Well, I'm just saying, start off with one issue of Batman Hush, just to see if there's any interest in it.
Okay.
Because if it does well, absolutely, we'll go over and do like.
You can also do Elseworld stuff like Gotham by Gaslight,
Superman Red Sun.
Yeah.
Dark Knights of Steel,
Superman and Wonder Woman. You know we're gonna do Superman and Wonder Woman at one point. You know we're gonna do that at one point.
Secondly, I'm a rich boy with issues, lots of issues.
Yeah, and we could obviously we would do Under the Red Hood.
Imagine us doing Bleach.
Oh God!
I just imagine when we get to the Soul Society arc, and we're just like, we're gonna have to cast everybody. Because Bleach is like it's fairly self-contained, and then once they get to like the Soul Society, it's just like boom.
Oh man.
I just love how volumes 1 through 20, it's just pretty self-contained, but volumes 20 through 30 is just the Soul Society arc. It's just like this big fat thing.
Oh, I got it. Endgame, but we build up and we do the Court of Owls.
Wait, go up to earlier. JJheat helped these guys with manga and anime. Okay, I could do that.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, and imagine if Zack Snyder did a live action version. I would trust him with that. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. And Death of Superman is an option because we could have a bunch of friends we don't like play the crappy Justice League. You're playing fire, you're playing ice. Who? Exactly.
Wait, didn't the Camu have a tie-in comic revolving around the Death of Superman?
Because but it wasn't the crappy Justice League.
If we do Marvel, what Marvel storylines would we do?
Captain America, Secret Empire, the Winter Soldier. Absolutely, we're doing Winter Soldier.
Days of
the
Future
Phoenix
Past.
Saga.
Yeah.
Heroes Were Born, where we're all the DC characters.
Man, we are not doing Squadron Supreme. Let that go.
Okay. House of X, Powers of 10 for the X-Men. King in
Days
Black.
Days of Future Past.
Yes, of course. King in Black.
And we're
the Phoenix Saga.
Probably something from we'll probably do probably something from Born Again, Daredevil. By the way, I call dibs on Daredevil.
The Spider-Man storyline at some point, though, I will have ground rules. I will never adapt One More Day. That is not going to happen.
What about the night Gwen Stacy died?
I'll do what I have to do.
Spider-Man so you mean JJheat? You're willing to do Sins Past?
I'll probably be drunk, but I'll do.
You'll play Norman Osborn.
No.
And
what if we do? Oh, you know what we should do? We should do Spider Island, done by the amazing Marvel scribe Dan Slott. Please unblock me.
That was a good story. I like that.
Oh my god!
Civil War.
That's too much. That's too much. Extremis. We could do the Extremis arc.
Black Widow. Extremis? The ties that bind. Yes, Extremis is good. But Black Widow, the ties that bind. It was like a smaller scale Black Widow story, was just her, Bucky, Clint, and
we could
like
do
her family.
Wolverine Origins.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Wolverine Origins.
The Captain Marvel story. Oh, who am I kidding? We can even make that decent.
It would have to be any of the Brian Reed stuff when she was Ms. Marvel.
Does that include Avengers 200?
No.
That's what you said. I'm just using your logic.
Any Deadpool story.
Oh, come on. That's too meta.
I'm trying to think.
Planet Hulk or World War Hulk? I didn't come to hear you whisper. I came to hear you scream.
Jared, have you read the Immortal Hulk?
I read the first trade. It's so good.
Definitely Planet Hulk.
And by the way, yeah. I found the Red Hood speech, so I'm going to try and do my Red Hood, okay?
Okay.
This is what it's all been about. This, you, me, him. Now is the time you decide. If you won't kill this psychotic piece of filth, I will. If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me.
I can't. I'm sorry.
You know I won't. I'm going to blow his deranged brains out. And if you want to stop it, you are going to have to shoot me right in my face. I have to be a little quieter because people are sleeping in the house. That's why I'm kind of...
This is turning better, even better than I hoped.
Yeah, that's good.
This is turning out even better than I could hoped.
Let's see.
Sorry, I had to one up, yeah.
We could also do Secret Wars.
Again, that's too big.
Might as well be doing the Clone Saga, but we can try.
At that point, we might as well be doing Crisis on Infinite Earth. You know?
DC Vampires.
Too recent. too recent because I'm having a hard time finding all the trades.
Batman versus Predator.
Batman versus Spawn.
Deceased.
That's too big. Are you kidding
That
me?
series is just about over.
What about Battle for the Cowl?
Definitely.
Okay.
We are definitely doing Battle for the Cow.
Mm-hmm.
Batman and Robin, because technically that arc was only like 3-4 issues. We can knock that out in an hour.
All-Star Batman and Robin?
No, kick him out. Kick him out.
All right, that I'm still recovering from. I can't believe you would ever. Okay. Where is it? Okay.
Why did you say that name?
Can't believe you suggested that.
And let this be a lesson to any and all comic book creators, fans, or content creators. Good art alone does not save a story.
Justice League Dark Side War. I want to do that as a passion project because that's my favorite DC storyline of all time.
Might as well be doing Apocalypse War, but I respect the ambition.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it.
I do think War Games is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Death of Stephanie Brown. So that's a solid story.
We could do
Dave has a good pick.
Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison. Ooh, I've never read that.
Yeah.
I want to read that.
What? You have never read Arkham Asylum?
No, I have so many books I'm behind on, okay?
All right, let's boot JJheat from the stream. He's not a fan.
You can't boot me from my own stream. What are you doing?
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
The only thing I won't adapt, and I'm very clear on this, it's anything with Brian Michael Bendis' name on it that's not that doesn't have the Marvel tag on it.
So no Ultimate Spider-Man?
I said that doesn't have the tag. I'll do Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, let's do John Kent and have Tevye voice John Kent.
Why did he? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Why did JJheat leave? Yeah, like, why did you leave, dude?
I think I made my point.
We'll do Ultimate Spider-Man too. We can do that.
Let's do the recent Superman run with John Kent, and then have Tevye voice John.
You mean Son of Kal-El?
Wait. That's his April Fool's. If we ever get Tevye on the panel,
he has to defend the decision, and that's why I said actually that's the thing. He has to defend the decision to age up John.
Ooh,
that's just cruel.
That actually
wait, no, cruel. I have to defend not only the Brian Michael Bendis' Superman run, but Justice League. Yeah, Jared, I'm allowed to be a little cruel.
No, Jared. Remember how I looked up the Geneva Convention rules earlier?
Mm-hmm.
There's literally a stipulation that forcing someone to review Son of Kal-El and say it's good is literally a violation of the Geneva Convention. You will literally be committing a war crime if you force Tevye to review it.
I'm
looking. It literally says it in the Geneva Conventions.
Nick,
thou shall not force someone to review Son of Kal-El.
Nick, I'm looking at the same provision. Not to be
the Last Jedi, but people still do it.
Nick, I'm also looking at that same provision. It says thou shalt not watch Justice League, and guess what? I'm doing that.
Well, the thing is, there's a little provision under that which says, "Ha, just kidding. You can watch Justice League."
And there's a little provision under that says thou shalt not read, watch, or promote Screecher.
Well, it's on.
And then there's one under that says, actually, please promote Screecher, but don't promote Comics League.
And there's one underneath that says Nick sucks.
Mutually assured destruction. You love
Mad
this.
Mutually
assured
destruction.
And then there's one under that says,
you can't think of anything.
I have control.
No. And then there's one under that says, actually, yeah, that rule above stands.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, it can't be worse than.
Oh gosh, yes.
Can't be worse than defending Batcest.
That's what JJheat has to do.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so JJheat, you're gonna have to. Okay, so to be clear, for April Fools, the first let's say 5-10 minutes of it is gonna be us defending it. Then the rest of it is gonna be us tearing apart the thing we're supposed to positively review. I'm not gonna make you guys bottle this up without giving you the opportunity to release it.
Oh, before we go, there's someone who wants to make a cameo on the stream.
Of course.
There's
a
a
Josh theme song.
well, more Drake and Courage, but So, there's someone who wanted to say hi.
Hello.
So Drake wanted to say hi. He wanted to say hi to all you guys. He's my buddy.
So Nick, do you want to? So before we log off, also, do you want to kind of reveal to? Should we reveal to the people who we interviewed today and the interview? Okay, so we're gonna do it. So
whose shirt is the one that wins?
It's my shirt. Those of you that don't know.
Wait. Are you saying we're interviewing Chuck Dixon again?
Well, no. It happens to be. You know what? I'll leave it for tomorrow.
It's Mike Barron.
God damn it, Nick! You suck. Yes, we actually interviewed Mike Barron, acclaimed Punisher writer, and he cleared up a lot of stuff with the Punisher and everything. So that'll be coming out tomorrow at noon.
Dave, I can actually see why you think that because of like his face and whatnot.
And the tail.
It's just, it's a rat tail, but yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is a rat. He's just a very fancy rat, and he's like trying to he's trying to burrow under.
He wants that fancy feast.
No, he gets corn and he gets rat food. So, and occasionally strawberries. Sometimes I think this rat eats better than me.
There's a cat joke in there somewhere, but I feel like it's in poor taste.
Yeah. So on that note,
no.
Yes.
Rats are friends, not food.
Unless, of course, you're on a desert island.
I think we touched a nerve.
So on that note, so before Nick flies down to Florida and kills me, let's
I'm buying my tickets now.
Let's end the stream. So hope you guys enjoyed our little our discussion about I hope you guys enjoyed our dramatic thing, because we're going to be doing this. We're going to actually start setting that up and doing like a tease of what we want to do. And when we have that, it will be up immediately. In terms of what Comics League is coming out with, I'm going to be releasing Mike Barron is awesome. He is so much. So that's coming out tomorrow. Monday's video is going to be talking about what if New 52 Superman didn't die. In other words, I'm going to do, so you know how Star Wars Theory, he does those essentially what if stories, like what if Darth Vader never turns to the dark side? What if Anakin likes sand? I'm going to do that, except where I would see the universe going if they didn't merge them and New 52 Superman didn't die.
Well, if you're, I don't know if you're going to live stream record that, but send me a link and I'll definitely collab with you on that.
I'll record and I'll help you out with that one. Yeah, exactly. And in terms of Indie Wednesday, I'm going to be reviewing Donny Cates crossover. And be on the lookout for on Tuesday, because this trending day, a kick-ass hype up video for the trending day that
Any updates for your comic?
Oh yeah, I'm about 85 to 90% done with the editing because I'm almost done with what I have written, and there's this one part at the end that I want to expand a little more. But so pretty much I'm almost there, and then the 11th is when pretty soon the work is gonna start as early as next week on like character designs and such. Then I'll drop them on my social media and everything as we get them done, and it'll be really fun. And Nick and I are going to be doing a crossover in the near future with Screecher and all that, so that should be fun.
Yes, that will be happening eventually. So a quick update on Turn Samurai. I got the thumbnails, I got the half pages done. I was supposed to get something today, but my artist messaged me saying like power had gone out, so we had to delay it today. I of course said that that's fine. So I'm going to be getting. I'm actually not sure what I'm going to be getting from it. It might be page 1 pencils, or it might be kind of something else. But yeah, here probably within the next few weeks, I should have something to share. I'll be restarting Work in Progress Wednesday. Probably once I have page 1 inked, I'll start showing that. That's my plan.
And by the way, the tentative launch date for the book, is probably like August, I would say, depending on how fast, depending on if anything, like anything, depending on if everything goes to plan. It could be like early next year.
And Dave, you do bring.
So JJheat, go ahead.
And Dave, you do bring up a good point, but I feel like, okay, regardless, New 52 did what it was supposed to do commercially. It just wasn't well planned, and it crashed and burned within the span of 5 years.
Well, what I think he's saying is they should do at least the ultimate way of having the two places separate.
Yeah, but it kind of feel like they would have just been ripping off Marvel. And let's be honest, the Ultimate Universe didn't last that long. The Ultimate Universe lasts just under a decade, like 6 or 7.
It still lasted longer than Ultimate Universe still outlived New 52 by a wide margin.
By 2 years.
But what they could have done is they could have course corrected. So there was a way they could have done it and done it well. I still think a separate continuity would have worked.
See, the problem with the Ultimate Universe is basically halfway through its run, it was pretty much dead in the water. Because
Twincest. Don't forget Twincest.
Don't start defending that, Nick.
No, I'm not going to defend Twincest. No. What I was saying was they did that one event where they basically just kind of killed off a lot of characters and people.
Ultimatum with where Blob is actually eating Wasp and tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
And then Giant Man proceeds to bite off the dude's head, and he gets blown up by a multiplying dude with suicide.
And people say Apocalypse War was gory. Read Ultimatum.
So, how about we never speak of that again?
Of course.
That would be great.
Of course. But that's the point. And then, and by the way, what I'm going to do, and I'm sorry, what we're talking about, I'm tired. But my point is...
Let's just wrap up. Let's wrap up.
Yeah, I'm
going to
wrap up right now.
For Taladia stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, please shout out to Snyder Queen and everyone else who's been doing the hashtag Sell the Snyderverse the Netflix campaign. You guys are doing awesome. I personally think it's unlikely because of the inner machinations and behind the scenes. But hey, anything's possible. So please show us your support in Taladia. Hopefully he'll have this week in DC Sunday as well, and continue to support Comics League as a whole. We're big fans of you as much as you're fans of us.
And
Nick, anything you want to add?
And by the way, Snyder Queen, we love you. If you're watching this, we love you. Just wanted to throw that down there.
You are our queen now and always.
And she may be coming on a panel in the near future. We'll see what happens.
Ooh.
So on that note, yeah, we're gonna
Excelsior.
Yeah, exactly. Excelsior. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Morbid time.
I knew someone eventually was gonna do. I need to put that as a clip. Anyway, see you guys later, and remember,
ready the Armada. We will use the old way.
You might as well.